streaming. Look at this fucking house. It's a mess. I don't give a shit. I ain't got all that fancy stuff, man. I don't have the fancy backgrounds for you guys to look at and stuff. So you get to look around my front room. Sheena, I need my ashtray. Where is my ashtray? I'm gonna smoke, Sheena. Where's my ashtray? What'd you do with it? What'd you do with it, dog? What did you do? You guys want to see my dog? Come here, Sheena. Come here. YouTube wants to see you, assuming that the stream isn't lagging. Look at her. Look at her. She's getting so big. It's my puppy. It's my puppy. Alright, puppy, sit. Good girl. Sit. No. That's not sitting. I don't want to hang out with you anyways. Where did I put? Oh, it's over here. Bye. It's got cigarettes in it. I don't even smoke cigarettes. You guys know why I don't smoke cigarettes? Because cigarettes are fucking disgusting. Horrible for you. It's going to be so loud when I set this on the table. Ready? Wow. It's so loud. I watch it spike all the way into the red. I'm like, what the fuck? This streaming setup is rough. Look at her. She's so cute. I can't believe I actually pointed to her. That went pretty well. Hi, beautiful. Hi. What are you doing? Are you just hanging out? Are you just hanging out? Come on, get up here. Get your ass on the couch. You know, most families don't even allow dogs on their couch. You get to hang out on the couch all you want, because they got leather. That's where it's at. And she doesn't shed much yet. I don't know if it's like gonna change when she's a big dog, because she's a border collie, and border collies have fucking long hair, and she also has long hair. So I don't know if she's gonna shed a lot when she's a big dog, but right now she don't shed much, so I'm just gonna count my blessings. What are you looking at? You think you can just look at me like, oh, look at how freaking mean you are. Look at her, she's a freaking animal. She's a freaking animal. She's so mean. Gosh. I don't know when I signed up to have such a freaking mean dog. Oh, dude, check out my new pipe. It's so loud. I'm going to set that over there so it's not so loud. But look at this. It's a freaking horse. It's brand new. Well, it's not brand new. It's new to me. Brand new to me. So I really hope no pot's been smoked in it, because it's secondhand, and I don't want to like fail a drug test or something down the line because someone smoked pot in a wooden pipe before me. But I doubt it. It honestly doesn't even look that used. Like, there's no teeth marks in the pipe mouthpiece. Like, it really wasn't that gummed up inside. It looked like it had been smoked like once. But I tell you what, it's tight though. God damn, I'm trying to get that mouthpiece on straight, and it's like, it's really hard to move, so it's really hard to like get exact. Which is fine. It doesn't need to be perfect, but half of pipe smoking is how beautiful the pipe looks, right? So I gotta have it looking pretty fresh, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I don't know how the stream is coming through. I don't know if it's lagging. There's no one in chat to tell me, so I'm gonna look at it on my phone, and we gonna find out. Yes, sir. I tell you, I spent probably the last 5 hours like watching videos on how to make streams interesting in real life, and like just how to be a better streamer for you guys. Nah, I still got no fucking idea. It's like watching those like get rich quick videos, like it's never gonna help. It's just sitting there. Just you can watch all the videos you want, but until you just go out and figure it out on your own, you're never gonna know. Intended for certain audiences. Talk shows and podcasts. No, it seems to be coming through pretty well. Watch all the videos. Yeah, sweet. No lag so far. Knock on wood. We'll roll with it. Roll with the punches and the fucking whatever else. You know what I'm saying. Dude, I am fucking starving. And I got coffee. A Friends mug. I've never even seen Friends. Oh, I tell you what though, that's good coffee. You know, I know I'm not gonna get any sponsorships, like probably ever, but I tell you what, I think it's called North Pole Coffee Company. I don't know. North Pole Coffee, North Pole, Alaska, peppermint. I tell you what, North Pole, Alaska coffee. If you ever wanted to sponsor someone, I would endorse your coffee every day of the week. I'll do it for free. No, I won't. You have to pay me. I'm still gonna endorse it. This shit's fucking bomb. It only comes out around Christmas. Peppermint, the peppermint flavor. But fuck me, dude. I told my girlfriend about it like last Christmas. I was like, hey, you know, I wasn't like asking her for it, but I was just telling her about it. I was like, yeah, this fucking coffee my dad used to get all the time, only around Christmas, and we would drink it for like, we would get pounds of it and just drink it as long as we could until we ran out, which was pretty quick because we drank coffee a lot. But man, and then I just like mentioned it once, and then Christmas comes around, she gets me fucking two like 10-pound bags of this shit. I gotta show you guys. I gotta show you guys. But the problem was, this was last Christmas. She got me this shit. But it was beans, and I didn't have a coffee grinder, but now I do. So I've been drinking the shit out of it. Let's see, North Pole Coffee Roasting Company. And it's made in Alaska. Look at this. Look at this shit. North Pole Coffee Roasting Company. Alaskan made, baby. And this is peppermint cream. Fucking bomb. She got me 2 bags this big. And I've already gone through halfway. I've had that grinder for like a month or 2. I've already gone halfway through the bag, dude. I've been drinking it so much. So good. So good. It's fucking bomb diggity right there. Yeah! Oh, anyhow. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do today on the stream. I figured, you know, I haven't streamed in a while. I know I probably say that every fucking stream because I don't stream much. And most of that is because my internet. You know, like, no one wants to fucking watch my streams, let alone my streams lagging so much you can't even fucking understand what's going on. So I just haven't been streaming, you know, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of put a damper on my mood for streaming, you know. And it sucks because I really want to stream. I really want to like do it more and grow a fan base. Because I had like a little, you know, little fan base going when I was streaming regularly back when I lived at my other house. But now, you know, like the internet at this fucking house is trash, and I couldn't even get better internet if I wanted to because I live out of town. So all I can get is satellite. Trash, horrible internet. Can't even fucking play a game of Siege, like by myself, let alone streaming it, you know, because I'm lagging in the game and then the stream's lagging. Even on fucking pack openings. We did a pack opening for the 69th episode, which was a big deal. Puddy Lover 69, you know? Big deal. So I thought 69th episode, we better do a pack opening. I saved up like 78 packs. And fucking did a big old pack opening, and the whole fucking thing was lagging. It like, you... yeah, it was bad. So alas, I kind of like lost my gumption, you know, my motivation for streaming. But I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to like get back on track and stream more and like come up with interesting ideas for shit to stream, you know. I think I'm gonna start playing Car Mechanic Simulator because, you know, something I got some experience in. Hell, I've done actual car mechanic shit on stream out here on the Datsun 280. You know, so I feel like that'd be a fun little stream, and it doesn't require much internet, so it might actually work. We'll see, because, dude, me and Theodore, I just almost fucked Theodore's name up. Me and Theo, we did a fucking stream the other day where literally there was no fucking video. It was black screen. My OBS didn't even have the video on, and it was just the audio, and we did like a little podcast, and even that was fucking lagging, and it was like, dude, it's just audio. Like, it's the equivalent to streaming a song from fucking Spotify or something. But whatever. So, who knows? You know, like, my internet is just hit or miss. And the weird thing is, it seems like on shittier days, the internet is better. Like, when it's clear blue skies, no wind, no nothing, I can't even fucking watch a YouTube video. But right now, the fucking wind is whipping, or I'd be outside doing shit. That was the plan for today, but the wind is fucking whipping. and it's it's a nice day out, but it's fucking windy as shit. And I would think, oh man, satellite internet, windy, that shit ain't gonna do fucking nothing. But I mean, knock on wood, this seems to be going pretty well so far. I don't know. I'm not watching the stream. Like, usually when I stream games, I'll use the computer I'm using right now to stream, to, like, watch the stream and, like, make sure everything's going well. But right now, there's nothing to watch my stream on besides my phone, and the microphone would definitely pick up anything I could hear. So, I'm not watching the stream right now. It could be shit. You guys might not even be able to hear what I'm fucking saying right now. And you know what? That's just how the fucking cookie crumbles sometimes. So, oh well. Anyways, I say, yeah, that's still good. I say we smoke up a good cigar. You know, I think that's like, I think that's what people should do sometimes. My cutter's not in there, nor is my lighter. I gotta get up again. I feel lazy sometimes. You know, I'm just like, God, man, I gotta get up again. Sometimes loud cars pass my house. I'm like, ooh, what is that? Dude, so I fucking call up the other night, right? My girlfriend, she's like, I want one of those fucking pizza cookie things from fucking Domino's. Like, I don't even know what the fuck they are, but they're like little square, like, Pazookies or some shit. They're dumb. I think they're fucking nasty. And honestly, I think if we went down to Safeway and got a fucking pack of cookies, it would have been better. But, you know, the lady's happy, you're not unhappy kind of thing, you know, most of the time. Anyhow. So she's like, oh, can we order one of those fucking pizza things from Domino's or whatever? And I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. You do whatever you want as long as it makes you happy, sweetheart. So we call up Domino's, make an order, get some cookies. In order to make a delivery, we got to go over fucking $20. So we get some fucking garlic bread bites or whatever. That's besides the point. I don't need to give you the Domino's order. I just got to tell you the story. They show up. It's like, I don't know, it's like 10, you know? They close at midnight. It's like 10, you know? Chick shows up in a big old Ford truck, which I thought was a little interesting, like a big old F-250 or F-150, newer one, whatever. And I'm like, man, that's kind of a weird truck for a Domino's pizza delivery driver. You know, it's got to be a fucking gas guzzler and a half. But I'm like, hey, you know, whatever. I won't judge. So she shows up. I walk out there. I'm like, hey, you know, we already left her a tip online or whatever, you know. So I'm like, give me the fucking shit, you know. And it's a cordial, you know, I like to treat customer service with some dignity because I've fucking been customer service for most of my life. And I'm like, hey, you know, how's it going, you know, which is just a question I don't really want an answer. It's just, yeah, manners. But she gives me a fucking rundown. She's like, oh, you know, I just can't wait to close. My manager's at the fucking shop right now sleeping. And, you know, it's time to fucking close. I'm going to try to close early because, you know, my manager isn't even fucking awake right now. She's sleeping in her office or whatever. And I'm like, all right, dude, like, I didn't really care, but okay. And I'm like, oh, thanks for the fucking cookies or whatever. And I go back inside. Didn't think anything of it, whatever. And I remember I got a fucking driveway and a half. I have an acre of land that goes in a strip. Okay, it's just a strip of land, big old line, an acre long. Okay? Plenty of space to turn around in my property, and it's all like drivable, basically just a driveway, and then a fucking trailer in the middle of the driveway. It's all just dirt, right? Every time a mail truck driver, a delivery driver, whatever, every time they pull in to my fucking driveway, they pull up like 200 feet to my front door. 200 feet, that's probably like 50 feet wide. Plenty of space to turn around, like right in front of my house. But they pull in, drop off the shit, and then they back all the way out the fucking driveway through like this, where my driveway gets really skinny on a ditch. They back up through that and then out onto the road. And it's just like, why the fuck wouldn't you just turn around in the driveway? And it's not like it's not obvious that you can pull cars around anywhere, because I got a car parked over behind my house. I got a car parked in front of the house. You know, like I have to drive around my house to park on this side of the house, so it's pretty fucking obvious that you can pull anywhere to turn around. But I digress. So I watch her as she pulls out all the way out to the road and keeps going straight when she gets out to the road. And I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, fucking idiot, you know, like whatever. Walk back inside. I'm like, I literally bitched to my girlfriend about it. I was like, dude, why the fuck can't they just turn around in the fucking driveway? Like, is it like rocket science to figure that out? My night goes on. I wake up the next morning, and my girlfriend comes inside as she's going out to visit her grandma in the morning. She comes back inside and she says, the mailbox is broken. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, it's dead. I'm like, well, speak to me in English. What do you mean? And so I look out there, and sure as shit, that fucking Domino's delivery driver just backed right, because, like, my driveway, right? I don't know how to show this. Driveway, okay? Road. Straight across the road from my driveway is my mailbox, right? It's just sitting there, you know, minding its business, waiting to be full of mail and shit. Me to realize 5 days later that I need to check my mailbox kind of thing. She fucking backed right out into my fucking mailbox. And I mean, like, you can tell it didn't get hit, like, by someone going down the road or, like, some drunk driver came off the road. Because it is pushed away from my house and stuck in a barbed wire fence. And there's no way this fucking bitch didn't realize she hit my mailbox. Because it, like, she hit the barbed wire fence, too. She pushed it into the barbed wire and, like, got it stuck in, like, the pole in between the barbs of the barbed wire. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, there's no way you didn't realize you hit the fucking thing. You couldn't have just, I don't know, come up and been like, hey, you know, my bad, I hit your mailbox. But no. Today's people and taking personal responsibility for their actions, that's fucking crazy. That's out of the question. So she didn't, obviously. So I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So I call up Domino's. I'm like, yo, like, you know, can I talk to a manager or something? They're like, oh, yeah, let me put him on the phone. Manager takes the phone, or so I thought. And I'm like, hey, you know, one of your fucking drivers last night hit my mailbox. And, you know, like, something needs to be done about that. He's like, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, you know? Like, do you remember what car it was, what it looked like? I'm like, I know the bitch's name, all right? And obviously I won't say it on here, even though, you know, no one watches my streams, let alone is going to track down this girl. But just in case, to be respectful, I won't say the girl's name. But she hit my damn mailbox. And so I tell him the car, I tell him the girl, and he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, well, my manager, you know, I'm just standing in for him. He's not actually working until, like, Thursday, Tuesday, some bullshit like that. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I need mail in the meantime. And I would like a new mailbox. Because I just fucking put that mailbox in. It's brand fucking new, like 3 months old. I just dug into the fucking ground, laid cement, put that fucking thing in the middle of winter. It wasn't a pleasant experience. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but, you know, I put labor and money into that fucking thing. I want a new mailbox. Or at the very least, I want that bitch to drive down here and apologize to me for hitting my fucking mailbox. You know, like something he's done. So he's like, well, I'll pass on your number to my manager and maybe he'll call you or something. And I'm like, all right, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. You know, and the whole time I was nice about it. But, you know, it's going through your head at the time. You're just like, I want to fucking, you know, just fucking, what the fuck, dude? You know? But I was nice. I was cordial. And he's like, like, I said, I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh, no, it's no big deal, you know? Like, you don't have to apologize. You're not the fucking guy who hit my mailbox and just didn't let me know, you know? And he laughed about it. And, you know, I could tell he was a little embarrassed. He was a little nervous about it. And I understand, you know, you deal with some fucking assholes on the daily, working anywhere, you know? But I try not to be like a Karen about it, you know? I was just like, look, my mailbox was hit. Something needs done about it. I would like something to be done about it. It's been 2 days. Motherfucker still hasn't called me. So after stream, I'm either gonna go down there or I'm gonna call him again and be like, "Hey, manager in," because I'm not just gonna let you guys forget about this. You know, like something needs to be done. So that's my excitement for the fucking week. Some bitch hit my mailbox, and I mean they fucking smacked it. Like they broke the mailbox off the pole, put the pole in between wires. Like that shit was whacked. You know, I just can't fucking grasp it. You know, like what the fuck? I'm looking for my fucking cutter. I can't help but notice that no one is in the stream yet. So I'm going to go ahead and ping the Discord and let them know. Ooh. My buddy's asking me what I think of a story. He's having me read a little short story online, which is fucking fantastic, might I add. Great fucking thing. A little itchy. A little itch on my beard. I've decided that I'm gonna stop like shaving and shaping my beard and just grow it out and see what happens because I haven't done that since I was like 17. And I mean, I don't expect much, but I don't know. Well, you guys can see that it's growing out pretty well. It's growing out to like all the way to here, which I did not see coming. I didn't know it could grow out any further than where it was like a shaggy patch because that's just how I kept shaving. It was like a shaggy patch. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely not growing out this though, because dude, my mustache comes in like a pedophile mustache and shit. I fucking hate it. Like a little comb mustache, you know? Mm-mm. No. No, 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 no. That only looks good on Hispanic guys, and I am not Hispanic. I am white as fuck. Dooby dooby dooba dooby dooby dooba. This fucking guy. Just happened. I left my shovel at this guy's house the other day. The other day, meaning like months ago. I've been asking him for like 2 weeks. Hey man, when can I go and get my shovel out of your shed? Whatever, you know? And he just keeps fucking like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. We'll discuss a time, whatever. You know, keeps flaking out and putting it off. And he just sent me a picture of a fucking Miata out of nowhere. Like, bro, we're not on like Miata picture terms right now, man. I need my fucking shovel. But whatever. Alright, I'm gonna cut this cigar and light it. And maybe we get some motherfuckers in the stream. You know what I'm saying? Unlikely, but it would be cool, wouldn't it? Oh, fuck. I am sore. Stream's actually keeping up pretty well, too. I'm looking at it right now, and you know, if nothing else, this one will actually get uploaded to YouTube. So, at least you guys will have something to watch on YouTube. You know? That's my thought on it. That's my thought process. What's wrong, Sheena? What are you thinking about right now? What do dogs think about when you're just sitting there doing nothing? You think, wow, this guy's lame. I want to go on a walk. Well, I'm glad that you haven't learned that word yet, Sheena, because you're not going on a walk. It's too feckin' windy right now. Who the hell is my lighter? Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Motherfuck, motherfuck, motherfuck. That's from Jay and Silent Bob. That's a good movie. I don't know where my lighter went. I mean, I got lighters all over the place, but I wanted like one of my nice lighters. It seems to have disappeared to the shadow realm. I bet it's in my jacket. I bet it's in my jacket. That's what I'll bet. I'll put money on that shit. Well, I won't put money on that shit. But I should have, because it was in my jacket. Need more butane. Oh, gentlemen, gentlemen, gentlemen. I've never been very good at filling butane. It feels like it doesn't even look like it's going in there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's up, Shay? We're filling lighters right now, and it just doesn't look like there's any butane going in there, does it? Like it doesn't look like it's filling up at all. I don't know. Whatever. Sometimes I think it is, but then like I'm like, I think I'm playing tricks on myself. Maybe my butane's empty. What are you doing? What are you doing? My dog is fucking crazy. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Look at her. Look at her. Damn, all I had to do was post in the Discord and these motherfuckers start coming in. Did you guys miss the ping that says I was live? I've been streaming for like, I don't know, a good bit. Dude, I got my lighter, but I think I set down my fucking cutter when I grabbed it. Damn it. What's up, Wild? What's up, Shay? Look at this. Look at this thing, guys. Look at that. I could fucking chop fingers off with that fucking thing, you know? That thing's beefy. There's a beefy fucking thing. I mean, what cigar are you cutting with that? Look at that. Look how big that is compared to a fucking, like, that's a big cigar. And it's still, like, way fucking bigger. And what cigars are you cutting with that thing? That is not meant for cigars. Shay says it's negative 35 up where she's at, which is fucking crazy. Crazy stuff. You would be very, very sad if I told you what degrees it is here. And I'm also very sad about it because I want it to be negative 35 here, or more accurately, I want to be up there. I'll be up there soon. At least to visit. I planned on being up there very, very soon to live, but it just didn't work out. Shay is like, I am still very, very sad. Don't be sad. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Be happy now. Oh, yeah. You just gotta get a good toast on that thing. Good toast. It's a little dry. A little bit, but not quite. Not enough for me to really care. It's pretty good, actually. Yeah, I could like hear it crack when I put it in my mouth, you know? It's pretty lit. My car isn't working and I'm stuck at home and currently dying from cramps. Damn, that sucks. that is a shame. Indeed. Unfortunately, I can't relate to that. I have like 3 cars and no cramps. Yo, Sky, what's up? God damn. Like everyone came to see this fucking stream. You guys missed out on a crazy Domino's delivery driver story. Not gonna lie to you. It was, it wasn't that crazy, but it pissed me off. Why don't you want to hang out with me anymore, China? Are we not friends anymore? Oh, I just had to talk to you. You were sad because I wasn't giving you enough attention, huh? Is that it? Can you get up here? Are you smart enough to do that? No, you'd rather just get up over there. Okay. Why don't you come here and show the stream? Come here. Come on. Look at the stream. Come on. You're the dumbest border collie I've ever seen in my life. Look at her, guys. Look at her. Gina, that is not the stream. Oh, she wants down. You want down? You can't get down. You can't get down. Not until you look at the stream. Oh, wow. Look at her. Oh my goodness. Look at those floppy ears. Isn't she a fucking goofy looking dog? Her ears stick straight out sideways. She looks like a fucking gremlin or something. Look at her. She's so fucking cute. You can go now. You can go be free. She's beautiful. Oh, how is it going, Sky? How is it? Those dancing dinosaur emojis? Her breed? She is Border Collie mixed with Elkhound, which is a weird mix. I don't know how big she's going to get. Some people think this is as big as she's going to get. I'm hoping for bigger. I don't like small dogs. I mean, she's not small. I mean, not exactly. She's like small, medium. But, God, she's gorgeous. She's a fucking beautiful dog. Such a beautiful dog. Oh my gosh. Look at those chubby cheeks. Look at those chubby cheeks. What are you looking at? What are you so enthused by? She doesn't usually perk up like that. She's pretty. Yeah, she's an alright dog. She's done pretty well so far. She still drives me fucking nuts though. Just chilling about today. About to do some archery. Archery? What kind of bow do you shoot? Compound? Recurve? I used to do archery when I lived up in Alaska. And I actually made it to state or like the state championship or whatever. But I couldn't go because it was like 5 hours from where I lived. My parents couldn't take me, so. But I was really good at fucking archery back in the day. I probably still am. I'll tell you what. I'll tell a story about archery as soon as Skydriver tells me what kind of bows he's shooting. But I don't know how delayed this it is. Pretty sure it's a compound. Does it have a bunch of like? I don't know how to explain it. Does the string go through like gears or like a little big circle on the top of the bow? Because if so, it's compound. Anyways, I'll get to the story. So, I have a buddy. I had a buddy. I won't say where. I won't say when because it's kind of touchy. But let's just say I got a friend once upon a time, someplace, sometime, and his family may have been involved with criminal activities of the not a sub-American, that makes it sound horrible, of the country below America, you know, just below it, south of it. It has two wheels at the top and the bottom of the bow. Yeah, it's compound. Anyhow, so my buddy, you know, his family was involved in some sketchy shit, okay? Not the kind of people you really want to fuck with, right? And they're all of the Hispanic nature. And I'm a cop's kid of the white nature, probably not welcome around these people, but I'm good friends with their kid, right? Anyhow, one day, my buddy, we'll call him Brad. I know, weird name for a Hispanic fellow, but we'll call him Brad because that's not his name. Brad invites me to one of his family gatherings. And I'm not talking like, you know, fucking kid's birthday party. I'm talking like everyone's there. Grandfathers, great grandfathers, cousins, fucking aunts, twice removed fucking great uncles and shit. I mean, there's like fucking 100 people at this fucking gathering. And it's at my buddy's house, up in the mountains kind of thing. And I feel a little out of place. You know, I'm the only white boy there. I'm feeling a little awkward shit, but I'm trying to like, you know, just play it cool, not look like a cop's kid, you know, because it's probably not a good thing to be there. Um, and I'm sitting there. I got a Corona in my hand, trying to blend in, and I see the grandfather, who is like the big fucking macho. You know, if this was like the mafia, he's the Godfather kind of guy. He's sitting over there, and he's got a bunch of kids with him, and they're all taking turns shooting this bow, and it's a big recurve bow. And I'm like, well, you know, fuck it. I guess I'll go fuck around and shoot the bow, because they're butchering it, man. They're shooting these fucking arrows, and they're like flying this way and that way and up and down, and the target is like, I mean, I'll admit the target was like 20, 30, maybe even 50 yards out. It's pretty far. It's a long shot, maybe even a misfire that these motherfuckers are gonna hit this thing. But I'm like, hey, you know, maybe I'll go shoot my shot, and I haven't shot bows in years, but fuck it, you know, it could be fun. So I walk up and you know, I introduce myself to the grandfather. I'm like, hey, you know, my name's Smokey, whatever. You know, just kind of like trying to play it cool. And I'm like, do you mind if I shoot the bow? And he's like, yeah, do you know how? I'm like, oh, yeah, I know how. And he's like, all right, sweet. So I walk up and I take the bow and I take some arrows, you know. And first shot, fucking bring her back. Boom. Fucking, not bullseye, but I hit that fucking target and I was close. And no one else had hit the target yet. And everyone's like, the fuck? And the grandpa hands me another arrow. He's like, do it again. So I'm like, all right. And I fucking, boom, right on target. You know, I just keep fucking smacking this fucking thing. And he's like, holy shit. He's like, you're, can you teach me how to shoot? And I was like, sure, you know, like, I got my in. So I sat there the whole fucking day, got drunk out of my mind, teaching every fucking kid there how to shoot a fucking bow. And I, you know, some of them actually got pretty good. Some of them were hitting it and whatever. And no, but I got in with the fucking family by teaching these fucking guys how to shoot a bow. And it was funny too, because I started going out there a lot more back then, and I was hanging out with them all the time. And fucking eventually the dad, you know, and the dad, you know, I won't talk too much about it. It's their business. But he sits me down one day and he's like, you know, my son told me you're a cop. And I was like, I'm not a cop. And he's like, I knew you were a cop before he told me. I knew you were a cop. I pinned you as a cop. My dogs freaked out the first time they saw you. They could smell a cop a mile away. I knew you were a cop. I'm like, look, man, I'm working on trying to be a cop, but I'm not a cop yet. You know, like, I'm not, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm not, you know, out here doing, you know, I'm not like a fucking plant or something or an informant, you know. And he's like, I trust you. I know you'll make the right decisions. And I was like, yep, I will. It was crazy. It's cool. All right, Sky, take it easy. Enjoy that archery. Have a good time, man. Sky just nonchalantly told me, or nonchalantly told me to shut the fuck up. He's like, dude, shut the fuck up. No one cares about your story. Hey, someone's got to fill the fucking void, man. Someone's got to fill the fucking void. God, I am fucking starving right now. Starving. But yeah, no, it was a cool experience, you know. I've always believed that, like, the hardcore fucking criminals and shit and the fucking cops are, like, the same exact kind of people that just end up on different sides of the fucking law, you know? And that's not to say that, like, every, you know, I just about quoted the Rolling Stones. But, no, that's not to, like, say that, like, they're the exact same people or whatever. I don't know, you know? But I just, like, I think when you take away the jobs, so to speak, that these people do and put them in the same room, they get along, you know? Like, every fucking person I've met that I've gotten along really fucking well with was either involved in law enforcement somehow or involved in, like, not like petty bullshit crime, but like real fucking crime, you know, like the family crime kind of thing. And I think, like, there are some people in this world that are meant to do things in society that other people aren't, you know? Like, there's just certain types of people, you know? And I think those people get along, typically, you know? At a primal level, they're the same fucking types of people, you know? But you either end up on one side of the train tracks or the other, you know? And at the end of the day, you're just doing the same fucking thing. You're, you know, eating the shit of society to bring home money for your family, you know? I don't know. It's one of those subjects I can't really word very well, but I feel very passionately about. No, one day I really do hope to be a cop. I think that's my aspiration right now. That's my goal, my dream. I don't know if it'll ever come true, but god damn it, I'm working towards it, you know? At the end of the day, it all comes down to the same fucking shit, politics. You know? If you're not what they want and what they like at the time, you're not gonna make it. But you know, it all comes down to the big man. You know, and that's the same with anything. Any career, any real career. You know, it's all about fucking politics. Not so much like the fucking, you know, like presidential Congress bullshit politics, but like just like opinions, what people think of you, the fucking gossip, the shit like that. You know, that's what it always comes down to. Did I lose everyone in the fucking stream? Where'd you guys go? I know fucking Sky went to do archery. Shay stopped in to say hi. Hey, that's all I can ask. That's all I can ask is Shay stops in and says hi. That's more than I do sometimes. I always feel bad too, because I mean to stop in when she starts streaming, but I'm always doing something. Oh, you know, I tried to really think of something to do for the stream, but I could not think of a damn thing. I don't know how interested everyone else would be in it, but I want to get near Automata. I've already played through it once, and maybe twice. I think I've gotten like the second ending, but I want to 100% it. And I know it's gonna be a bitch, but I want 100% it. Listening to me talk while I do stuff, nice. Thank you, Wild. I appreciate it. I got my view count turned off, so I can't even see if people are watching or not. So I'm just kind of just rolling with it, you know, like seeing where it goes, seeing what the topics take me to, you know. God, people keep fucking texting me. No one texts me unless I'm fucking streaming. This guy's like, you want me to hop on Discord so we can play Siege? I'm fucking streaming right now. Nier is a great game. Nier is a fucking fantastic game. You know what I've been playing lately? Fucking Pow World, man. Fucking Pow World. Fucking awesome. Awesome game. But there is this area, and honestly a lot of the areas with like ruins remind me a lot of Nier Automata. Like especially on like the main island, when you go south, you end up near the I think it's like the Rain Syndicate Tower or something. One of the towers down there, right south of where you spawn for the first time. There's these fucking archways, like stone archways, that look either a lot like Halo Infinite or Nier Automata, but they remind me a lot more of Nier Automata, honestly. Nier is such a beautiful fucking game. I tried getting into Nier Replicant. You guys saw that. I streamed that, but I don't know. It just didn't catch me as much as Nier Automata did. I still want to play through it though, just to like get a feel for it, because I really want to look more into like the lore of Nier. Power World is awesome, but a little rough. Yeah, no, there is a lot of shit that needs worked out. But I gotta say, for like a alpha game or a, you know, like early access. It's a fucking good game. It's a pretty game. One thing I was really impressed by with Power World compared to like Ark is, and I don't know how it is on the computer, but on the console, because I am a fucking Xbox player through and through. There is like 6 Xboxes behind that fucking TV. On the console, on Ark, dude, you can't see like the animals unless you're like within, I don't know, like 500 feet of them. Like it's really not, the render distance for animals is not very far, which really just breaks the immersion. Because like I'll get up somewhere high and I'll scope out like, hey, you know, where's like cool animals I want to go fuck with, and you can't really see shit off of the high mountain you're on. And even then, like you can't even see like the bottom of the mountain. Dude, on Power World, I was super surprised. I climbed up like the first hill I found. I climbed up to the top and I started looking around, and I could see fucking animals like a mile away. I was like, holy fuck, I can like actually get up here and like scope out the area and be like, what the fuck is that down there? Let's go find out. Or, you know, like I was really impressed by that, especially on like an early access game. The render distance being so high, and it's still running pretty fucking well. There's 4 newer games. I wouldn't recommend the first 2, but Automata and Replicant are good, and yeah, Ark sucks on consoles. It does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still love Ark. Like, me and my girlfriend started playing it maybe like a year ago now, and I am hooked. Like, we have fucking played the shit out of that game. We've played it to death, and I love it. I still love it. You know, like, we started a world with a bunch of us, and there are some things about Ark, and that's what pisses me off, is Ark is a finished fucking product, and it still sucks. You know, like, it still has problems that Power World doesn't even have. Like, fuck, dude. And the host tether is by far the biggest fucking conniption I have. I cannot stand the host tether. And it's not consistent. Like, sometimes we'll be right next to each other. And, you know, right next to each other is relative. But pretty fucking close to each other in the same part of the map. And fucking host tether kicks in. And then there'll be other times, like on Scorched Earth, I am across the fucking map from the host. No host tether. It's inconsistent. It makes no fucking sense. I can't. There's so much about it that like I'm like, dude, I'm on an Xbox Series X, and this shit is running worse than fucking anything, dude. Like I just can't. I can't with Ark sometimes. I love the game, but you can tell like after they made a bunch of money and shit off of it, they just got lazy. Like it just feels like I'm playing like EA or something, like an EA game or something. They just don't give a flying fuck about the game anymore. And there's so much that's just like it's an easy fix, you know. Like, oh, don't get me started though. Ubisoft and Siege. What the fuck is going on with that fucking game, dude? Oh my gosh. Wild says, yeah, no, I've played Ark on and off for years, and it still sucks on PC and console. It's also so huge for some reason. It's like 300 gigabytes. Yeah, it's a big game. But here's the thing. I'll say this. Ark, I would say, has a right to be a big fucking game. You know what doesn't have a right to be a fucking ginormous game? Games like fucking Warzone and fucking any Call of Duty right now. Bro, look, all right? Maybe Warzone. But like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, and like the newer ones, I don't even know because I don't play those fucking gay ass games anymore. Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 20 fucking whatever, all the fucking new revamped games from 2008 are exactly that. They are like fucking 160 gigabytes. Okay? Modern Warfare 2, the game that they literally took and just made the graphics a little prettier, same map, same weapons, same every fucking thing. They just made it a little prettier. That game is like fucking 5 gigabytes, okay? The Xbox 360 Modern Warfare 2 was like 5, maybe 20 gigabytes, because that was a big game back there. 20 gigabytes was like, whoa, dude. I gotta put a day into downloading this motherfucker. Dude, you gotta put a week into downloading the new Call of Duties. And they're literally the same fucking game with pretty graphics. It's like a texture pack from Minecraft thrown on that bitch. Why the fuck? It has no business being 160 whatever gigabytes, if not more. Okay? Arc? Fine. Fine. It can be a shit ton of gigabytes. It's a big fucking game. There's like 17 different fucking big ass worlds with a ton of dinosaurs and all the other little shit. Fine. Fine. That can be a good bit of gigabytes. You know what's not a good big fucking game that surprises the fuck out of me for not being a shit ton of storage? Minecraft, dude. Minecraft is like still like a gigabyte, if that, on the Xbox. And it's like, this is a fucking big game. There's a lot of shit going on here. And it's still like, a gigabyte. Take you a few minutes to download. Terraria. Terraria is like, I think like 935 megabytes. It's like, what the fuck? That shit's crazy. Yeah, the new Call of Duty is just huge for no reason with like no content. I don't get why people buy them anymore. They suck since Black Ops 3 in my opinion. I agree. And I think Black Ops 3 also fucking sucked. I would say they've sucked since Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 was the last good Call of Duty. Changed my fucking mind. I will sit on a street with a fucking sign, and if you tell me that any fucking Call of Duty since Black Ops 2 was good, then you didn't play fucking Call of Duty when it was good. You started late. You must be like younger than me. You know, if you tell me that Black Ops 2 and beyond was good, Black Ops 2 was good. But anything past that, if you tell me it was fucking good, then you've got to be younger than like 17. All right? Like, you're a kid, bro. Relax. I understand you missed the golden age of gaming and now you're growing up in like toxic TikTok gaming, but your Call of Duty suck, dude. They're ass. Oh, God. You know what fucking got me the other day? We're on the topic of gaming and like gigabytes storage and shit. We went to play Battlefield 4 the other day, and it has a fucking update. What? Dude, EA, level with me here, okay? Battlefield 4 came out when I was like fucking 13, okay? That's like 2014 maybe, 2015, somewhere in there. It probably came out before that. It was probably like 2012, okay? Why the fuck does it need an update? What have you added to the game, okay? And it's like a gigabyte of an update, okay? That's a whole Minecraft of an update. Why the fuck does it need an update? What did you add? It's 2024. Why the fuck does Battlefield 4 need an update? What? I mean, seriously, what is with all these old games needing updates? Dude, I remember like Xbox 360 days, okay? You'd buy the disc, and maybe, possibly, there was a slight chance you'd need like a 2 gigabyte update because there was some bugs on release, and they got to update that shit and be like, hey, you know, here's the fixes. After that, you would never, ever, ever need an update. I could throw Battlefield 4 or any Xbox 360 game in my Xbox 360 right now, and that shit would still play like it did on launch day, okay? Never need an update, never needed shit. I remember when I first got the Xbox One, very first generation, and I got a disc of like, I think it was Fallout 4. It was Fallout 4. It was my first game for the Xbox One. And I had to download the fucking thing. I got the disc right here. What the fuck is the point of this little piece of fucking, whatever that is, plastic or whatever? What the fuck is the point of this if I gotta download the fucking thing anyways? Like, they force you to fucking buy that shit online now. Because what the fuck are you gonna buy a disc for if you gotta download the game anyways? Even fucking Xbox 360 games. If I take an Xbox 360 disc and I put it in that Xbox Series X, it makes me download the fucking game. Read the fucking disc? How hard is that? DVD players from the fucking early 2000s read the disc. How hard is it to read the fucking disc? Like, what? God. I can agree with Black Ops 2, but Black Ops 3 had a good multiplayer. No. And zombies. No, you're crazy. But the campaign was fucking horrible. Black Ops 2 had everything though. Now, Black Ops 2 had a great campaign, had a great multiplayer that felt competitive and fun, even to someone as casual as me. And the zombies, bro, you cannot beat the zombies from Black Ops 2. I'm sorry. I'm not saying World at War wasn't great, and Black Ops 1 wasn't fantastic, but Black Ops 2 perfected that shit. And all the DLCs for Black Ops 2 zombies, like Buried and shit like that, it doesn't get better. Black Ops 3 was ass. Changed my fucking mind. Okay? Zombies sucked. Multiplayer fucking sucked. It introduced all these like fucking special abilities and shit. It was ass, okay? This isn't fucking Halo. This isn't fucking Overwatch. This is Black Ops. This is Call of Duty, okay? I want a goddamn gun. I want sprint and a fucking grenade. That's all that Call of Duty multiplayer should have, all right? That's it. A addictive leveling up system and, you know, like addictive, like, I don't even know. You know, getting weapons and shit, you know, progression, addictive progression. And that's it. No special abilities, no fucking wall climbing and running and all that gay shit, all right? Zombies shouldn't have a fucking story campaign built into the fucking thing. You get on to survive as long as you can and buy weapons off the wall and after the mystery box, that's it, okay? Black Ops 3 took everything, tried to like make it cool. It was ass, okay? Advanced Warfare was worse, and it just got fucking worse and worse and worse with Infinite Warfare and everything else. I stopped playing at Black Ops 3. Wild just said Black Ops 3 are the best zombies. No, it didn't. That's all I'm going to say. No, it didn't. Because Black Ops 3 was the one where they introduced like the gumball machines and shit and all that crazy stupid stuff and like the... I like Easter eggs, but like the fucking story Easter eggs and shit, like I just... No, dude. I miss like Kino der Toten, man. And like Town. And Transit was cool. It was a little different, but still fun and cool and felt like zombies. Trying to just survive as long as I can and ride a bus, I guess. But I still, like, when I hop on Black Ops 2, my number one fucking played map is Town. Okay? Because you get on, you got a little map to just fucking run around and survive as long as you can with your buddies. Okay? That's zombies. Alright? The fucking gumball machines and the fucking this and that and whatever and just like changing this, it works, don't change it kind of thing, you know? Like, I'll put it this way, okay? Give me a second to get a drink. Fortnite. Follow with me. I know. What is he talking about? Fortnite is by far the longest running, most consistently long running, and highest consistent player base for the longest time multiplayer game ever. Okay? Ever. You know, like there's some games that have had a really long multiplayer life, like Counter-Strike, you know, CS:GO, shit like that. But it has never been as high as Fortnite. All right? Say what you want about the damn game, they did a good job, you know, like getting people. And what's the one thing we can all say about Fortnite? It really doesn't change, okay? Like, there's little fucking details that change, of course. They keep it fresh, right? Change the weapons, change the map, whatever. But it's the same game since the very fucking start, okay? Battle Royale. You drop, you get weapons, you fight, last one alive wins, right? They don't change that formula, okay? They add other shit that you can do, but the formula is the same. So, Zombies, which was fucking awesome and had a huge player base, there was nothing bigger than Call of Duty back in the early 2000s and the early 2010s. Nothing. Maybe Halo sometimes, but mostly Call of Duty. We're talking about multiplayer and zombies. And it was the same fucking, like, people would say, it's the same game, different year. But people still bought that shit because it was still fucking awesome. And then Black Ops 3, they changed all kinds of shit and, like, tried out new things. And it was was not received so well. Some people, like there was some people who were still loyal to that shit, but people like me who liked other games as well were just like, fuck that shit. They dropped it. And then they were like, oh wow, that didn't work very well. Let's change more shit. Let's add fucking exosuits and all this shit with Advanced Warfare. And then more people were like, what the fuck? And they dropped that shit. They're like, man, that game didn't do so well either. What are we going to do? Oh, I know. Let's come out with Infinite Warfare and change even more shit. Because it's going so well for us. And they just kept fucking with it. And then by World War II and shit like that, people were done with it. And you don't change the same fucking beautiful formula that's working so well. If it's not broken, don't fix it, But they tried, and they failed. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying, games should never change, and they shouldn't try to innovate. Of course you should. But there's the base formula, okay? And throughout history, every time we've seen a game change its base formula that's working, you lose your fans, okay? And, people will be like, well, you need to appeal to new fans and draw in more people and new people. That's not how that works, okay? If you lose your main player base that's been there since the start, the loyal people, no one else is going to come in when all of the people who loved the game before are saying the game's shit. All right? Like, I will say Call of Duty had an amazing campaign. World War II had an amazing campaign. What? Wild. I love you, man, but we disagree on so very many things. All right. Let me put it this way. All right. Without getting political about that campaign, because that campaign was very fucking political. Here's the thing about Call of Duty campaigns when it comes to historical wars. Obviously, they're not perfect with it. They don't ace that shit, and it's not like absolutely historically accurate. But it's still like, if you look at World at War, which was about World War II, if you look at like Black Ops, even, it was loosely based on the Cold War, but it still paid homage to the men that fought in those wars. World War II, Call of Duty World War II, took all of that shit and threw it in the fucking dump. All right? They took every little bit of any historical accuracy that World at War had and threw that shit in the dump and made like, they disrespected World at War. Okay? Call of Duty World War II was so beyond, like, not historically accurate that it wasn't even fucking funny, dude. Like, there's parts in that game where they take an American vehicle, slap a fucking swastika on it, or actually, I don't even think they had swastikas in Call of Duty World War II because they were so politically correct with that fucking game. It's World War II. The Nazis, the Germans, they were Nazis, okay? They had fucking swastikas on everything, okay? You can show it in a video game when you're representing the actual fucking people that used it. And if you're too pussy and too fucking, like, brainwashed to fucking show the swastika on Nazi fucking shit in a game where you're talking about Nazis, then just don't fucking make a game about Nazis, okay? But my point being, like, World at War paid homage to all the horrible shit that happened in World War II, and, like, and the campaign of Call of Duty World War II just fucking, like, bro, they took the war and romanticized the fuck out of it, like American propaganda from the time, and they butchered everything. I won't even get into the fucking politically correct bullshit that was in that game, because no, god damn, that was such a fucking horrible game. Such a horrible game. The multiplayer was shit. I don't even know if I had a fucking zombies because I didn't care enough to fucking look. and the campaign was fucking horrible. I tell you what, just watch the Act Man's video on it. Just do that. And then the loot boxes and everything else and the fucking 3-lane maps that are in all the fucking fucking Jesus. Just play World at War. You want a good Call of Duty campaign about World War II? Play World at War. It was gritty. It was good. The campaign is a little frustrating on veteran difficulty. Don't fucking play veteran difficulty. You'll hate yourself. You know, it's like playing Halo 2 on Legendary. Just don't do it. But that was a good fucking campaign. That told a good story. You know, it showed I wouldn't say it showed the horrors of war, but it tried. You know, the whole Nazi thing. But if you treat it like an old show / movie, like MASH or Band of Brothers, then it's great. Yeah, I don't know if I would compare Call of Duty World War II to Band of Brothers. Yeah, I will say that. It was written like a fucking sitcom. And I don't think it should have been. But the multiplayer in Zombies in World War II was ass. There you go. Something me and Wild can agree on. Yeah, the multiplayer in Zombies was truly something to fucking behold. I mean, the textbook definition of what not to do with a triples fucking A game. That was rough. I just miss when game companies gave a fuck. I miss when like making a game and developing a game was like a piece of art. Like they care. They put their fucking heart and soul into it. And you know, that's what I'll say about Pow World. I feel it. There is you can tell when someone gave a fuck about making something. You know what I'm saying? Pow World, when I play it, I feel the passion they put into that fucking game. And even with all the bugs and the fucking lagging, oh my god. Like, if you're not hosting the fucking world, dude, you can't move. And I play with my girlfriend on 2 separate TVs, right? And she'll host, and I'll join and play with her. Granted, my internet is ass, but even when I'm playing on anyone else's server, like it's a common problem right now on Pow World that you lag. And I mean, like, I will climb the same fucking cliff 3 times, if not more. But I feel the passion of the game and the passion they put into the game and how much love is truly in that game that I put up with it. I will keep fucking playing it for like 4 hours in constant fucking lag and just horrible fucking gameplay because of how much I'm lagging. And I still play it because I love it. It feels so good to play a game again that they gave a fuck about when they made. And then I play another fucking game that I play pretty often, which is fucking Siege. And when it's lagging, dude, I don't rage when I play games, but I want to take the fucking controller and put it through the fucking windows, dude. I'm just like, God fucking damn it, you know? And to be fair, it is way more frustrating to lag in Siege because you got to make like these tiny little minute movements to like line up something and position yourself, and you got people fucking shooting at you and shit. So like when you try to run through a doorway and you end up fucking 10 feet right of the doorway, it's much more frustrating. But you can just tell how little the fucking developers give a flying fuck about that game. Because no matter what they do, it'll make them money. There's people buying the fucking battle pass. There's people, you know, doing whatever and supporting that game and playing that game. And so the developers are like, well, and maybe not the developers, right? I believe the developers themselves probably do give a fuck about the game. But Ubisoft themselves, they don't give a fuck, dude. The game's making them money. Who fucking cares? They're not going to pour more money into fixing issues like Rank 2.0 and fucking cheaters and Zim players on fucking console. They don't give a flying fuck. It's making money. Why should they fucking care, right? Nah, dude. They don't care. They don't fucking care. And you can tell. You can fucking tell when you play something someone gives a fuck about and someone doesn't. Where the fuck did my lighter go this time? Oh, there it is. Wild says, yeah, you can always tell when devs care about the game. The new Suicide Squad game just feels soulless. With something like Boulder Gate 3, that's like right next to the mic, is just filled with love. Well, I can't truly speak on either of those games because I've never played either of them, but I'm sure of it, dude. Because here's the thing: the Suicide Squad game has something to do with the new superhero shit, like Marvel and the DC movies, and just like the Suicide Squad fucking movie, which was soulless and a cash grab, I'm sure the fucking game is too. All the Marvel movies, fucking cash grabs. All the DC movies, cash grabs. Because that's, and I'll admit they're a little late to the party because this fucking superhero shit doesn't really make money anymore, as we've seen with like the recent Marvel movies. And that's not because we're sick of superhero shit. That's because they've just stopped giving a fuck about the superhero shit, like the new Marvel movies. If it makes some money, they just don't give a fuck. They don't have to put soul and effort into it anymore. They're like, oh, we can just shit out the next fucking thing and people will watch it and we'll make money off of it, right? Well, I think people are starting to realize they're not going to fucking put up with that anymore. And, I think all these movie companies and these game companies are starting to realize, oh, when we produce shit, we get shit, like I fucking hope people wake up. I really fucking hope some people wake up and stop spending money on shit they shouldn't spend money on. Stop buying new games. Don't buy new games. Just don't. Okay? And you can feel, like people can try to make you feel bad about it. Well, how are developers supposed to get paid? And how is this little guy supposed to get paid? The guy who spent 12 hours, or like 24 hours a day developing this game because his Ubisoft and EA overlords demanded him to, and whatever. Like, what are the developers supposed to do? We're just supposed to fuck them over? Yeah, we are. Unfortunately, that's the fucking collateral, but they know what they're doing. Okay, they're working for these fucking game companies that don't give a fuck about them, and like we don't give a fuck about the game companies. Stop buying and pre-ordering games when they're like $90 fucking in the game store. Don't let them charge you $90 fucking to play a fucking game. All right? Don't buy new games. How have we not learned over the past like 10 years now that when games come out nowadays, they don't give a fuck about them, so they're broken as shit when they come out. You just paid $90 for a game that servers aren't even available on right now. Like, don't buy games like that. Don't buy AAA games. Don't go watch movies when they come out. Watch them on fucking Disney Plus and shit or whatever. Because everyone's got a fucking Disney Plus and Netflix and shit nowadays. So just watch them when they come out a month later. All right? Watch them a month later after they come out. Because when you go and you pay and like show them, like you buy, box office tickets the first day that shit hits the theaters and the movie turns out to be the same shitty fucking movie that came out a year ago, you're telling them, oh, we like this. We just gave these motherfuckers $2 billion on, opening day. We must have done a good job making this movie because everyone fucking paid this much money to see it. We made, 10 billion ticket sales, Force them to give a fuck. If you just pay them, they're gonna make the same shit. When it comes to gaming, it comes to movies, it comes to everything. I'm just hoping people like wake the fuck up. And like Ubisoft, dude, Siege. Don't buy the battle pass on Siege. Don't fucking do it. I don't give a fuck if you want the fucking Brava packs or there's a cool skin. It's a fucking $60 game. They should not be charging $15 for the fucking battle pass, all right? Fortnite can get away with it. It's a free game. That's how they make their money. I'm willing, I don't, because I don't play Fortnite enough to justify it, but I would be willing, if I liked Fortnite enough, to shill out $10 a season for their battle pass. Because it's a free game. Their battle passes are usually pretty fucking good. And they're not so money hungry that you could get the battle pass every season without ever fucking paying a dime. Because they're not that money hungry, I'll catch you later, Wild, for sure. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. But, just don't fucking pay that shit. Don't support it. Don't support it. If we would stop supporting it, they would stop doing it. But, of course, we got, Be the change you want to see. Like, I don't buy the Siege Battle Pass. I will never, ever, ever buy the Siege Battle Pass. I don't fucking buy AAA games when they come out. The only reason I even fucking play Power World is because it's on Game Pass. Which, honestly, if there were a better alternative, I wouldn't even fucking pay for an Xbox because Microsoft is so fucking corrupt and bullshit. It's just like these companies, they just get away with everything because we let them. I mean, we as consumers need to remember and remind ourselves that we own the power. We hold the power over all these fucking companies. If we don't shill out the money, they're fucked. Like, we control it. We are the customers. We can be the fucking Karens, you know what I'm saying? No, but people would rather be dickheads to like everyday employees working in restaurants and shit than like these big companies that are just fucking us over every chance they get. I mean, right over the fucking table, fist up the ass kind of thing. You know, like we need to stand up for ourselves. Come on, guys. I'm just a little voice, you know. No one's really giving a fuck what I gotta say, but I mean, hopefully someday anyone down the line will see this and be like, you know, he's right. I think I'm not gonna buy the new Call of Duty that drops this year. You know what? The new FIFA, the new Madden, the new whatever. I think I can live without it. I think I can play last year's version that is the same fucking game. You know, sports games get away with it crazy amounts. How the fuck are you gonna buy FIFA fucking or Madden or I don't even know what the fucking names are because I don't play those fucking games. But how are you gonna buy the Madden 18 or 2018 and then be like, oh fuck, Madden 2019's coming out in 5 fucking months, but I gotta have 18 and then 19, and I could probably put one on the TV, have you play it, and then ask you, be like, which one was that? And you wouldn't fucking know. I could put Madden 18 in, and you'd think it's Madden 19 because it's the same fucking game. That's the craziest thing to me. They come out with the same game every year, and it's not even like Call of Duty where it's different guns and shit and different maps. It's the same fucking thing. A green field, bunch of players playing football. Stop buying the fucking thing. But whatever. What do I know? You know? I guess if you're in another country, it'd be FIFA playing football, not Madden. But alas, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm not a big sports guy, you know? Like, I don't even fucking watch sports on TV, so maybe that's why I don't get it. You know, I played a few sports in high school, but nothing like seriously. I didn't really give a fuck about it then either. But maybe that's why I don't get it, you know? Maybe. Too much of a draft in here to blow smoke rings with cigar smoke. Cigar smoke, the room has to be like perfectly fucking still to blow rings. I tell you what, I am gonna run to the bathroom, and you guys are just gonna have to bum it out on your own for a second. All right, I'll be back someday. I don't know when. You guys will find out. You know, I wonder whatever happened to all those fucking girls trying to like basically make fucking porn on Twitch. Because that was like a thing for a while, wasn't it? Like, all, they allowed nudity on Twitch as long as it was like considered art or whatever. There was a bunch of chicks trying to exploit that because sex sells. So they were like showing almost all their tits or whatever. I don't know, dude. I was mad about that, dude, because it was like, dude, it is hard enough for me as a streamer to compete with women streamers and girl streamers, especially like the gamer girl thing, because like sex sells. So of course a bunch of horny dudes are watching any chick they can find on Twitch that they think is hot. It's hard enough to compete with that. But when they can take their tits out, it is impossible to compete with naked women, okay? Like, no one's gonna watch me when they can go watch Sniper Wolf with her tits out. Fuck no, dude. I mean, I wouldn't watch me either, you know? But I don't know. I that's another part of like culture I don't quite grasp. Like, yeah, of course girls are hot. We wouldn't want to watch hot girls. But like the simp culture, like the incel culture, all these guys that are just obsessed with these fucking girls. It's like, bro, there are 7 billion people in the world. And I can promise you that this girl you're watching is not the one that's interested in you, okay? There's 7 billion people in the world, and most of these incel dudes live in like the city. Walk down the street. Don't be a fucking freak or a creep about it, and I'm sure you could fucking talk to like 6 fucking girls on the way to the grocery store. Or anything, dude. Just like go fucking associate with people. Go talk to people, you know? And I bet in today's day and age, you wouldn't even have to try that hard. You'd get at least someone to sleep with you. Alright? And you could probably even find someone that's pretty fucking good looking. Like, the good ratio of people in the world today are fucking decent, alright? Like, you don't really see that many, like, dead ugly people out there, you know? And there's someone out there for everyone. Even if you're a dead ugly guy, like, I'm telling you, dude. I have seen some fucking couples, man. I have seen some girls that are with, like, the most bumfuck guys I've ever seen. And I've seen some fucking guys that are like, man, I wish I was you, man. I wish I could look like you, my guy. Damn. And they're with the, I wouldn't touch it with a 20-foot fucking pole girls, okay? Like, damn, dude. Like, I got a friend, and he is, dude, if I were gay, all right? If I were gay, wow, I'd be fucking fighting for him. And his girlfriend is, wow. And I won't say who, because, you know, I don't want him to think, I don't want him to know that I think his girlfriend is disgusting. But she is fucking ugly, dude. She's big, she's ugly. Not my type. Not my type. But hey, that's what I'm saying, man. There is someone out there for everyone. And it don't matter what you think you look like. Someone out there thinks you look fire. All right? They think you got it. You got everything they need. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's a beautiful thing. You know, we all got our tastes. Our tastes don't really all align, and that's great because that means if you look hard enough, you will find someone for you. I'm telling you. I mean, hell, look at me. I'm a sorry fucking mug. You know, I'm not the ugliest fucking guy out there, but I'm certainly not the prettiest either. And I got a fucking banger of a girlfriend. I mean, she is like a fucking model. All right. And I don't know how the fuck I did it. I did not. And that's the secret is I didn't really try. I tried, but like, I wasn't like dedicating my fucking heart and soul into getting this fucking girl, because that is not how you get a girl. That is how you scare a girl. That goes for guys too. If you know, like you can be a fucking beautiful woman, but if you come onto a guy, like you will die if you don't have him. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna fucking scare him off. It's scary to have someone come on to you like that. It's like, whoa, relax, all right. So I guess what I'm trying to go with this is don't fucking simp, all right? Don't simp over girls because you'll never fucking get it, all right? It might seem like a great idea at the time. It might seem like, oh man, she loves me. She talks to me all the time. She thinks I'm so great. It's like, no, she doesn't. She loves your money. And if she was ever to meet you in real life, she would be scared, okay? You're fucking scaring her. You're scaring me, all right? You're scaring me. I see the Twitch chats and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You gotta relax, you know? It sounds crude, but you gotta act like you don't give a fuck. You really do. You gotta be like, yeah, I like you. I think you should know that. I think that you're a pretty girl and like take you on a date. But honestly, if you don't want to go, I don't fucking care. I'll find another girl. Even if you really do want to take that girl on a date, don't tell her you'll find another girl. That's never good. But just act like you don't really care if she goes on the date or not. And most of the time it'll fucking work. Some girls it won't work, but that's just how it is. That's fucking how it is. If you act like your life depends on it, 9 times out of 10 you won't get it. It goes for jobs. It goes for everything. Don't act desperate. Don't be desperate. All right. Even if you are desperate, just don't show it. Don't let anyone know you're desperate, because that's when people will take advantage of it. Don't be desperate. I mean, the truth is we've all been there, right? We've all made mistakes. We've all been desperate. Like you don't figure out how to get a girl or associate with people or socialize with people the first time. All right? Like you will fuck up. There will be awkward moments. There will be people that you just fucking don't jive with. There will be people that straight up tell you to go fuck yourself. But as you do it more, as you socialize more and be around people more, then you learn how, the do's and don'ts, right? And like no one can tell you how to pick up chicks, or no one can tell you how to make money, and no one can tell you how to live your life and be happy and whatever. That's all shit. You just got to do it and figure it the fuck out. And no one ever actually has it completely figured out. You just keep fucking doing it until you learn. And then eventually you're like, all right, you're comfortable. I don't know. I shouldn't be giving any kind of advice on life or any of that, but like I'm putting in my 2 cents for what it's worth. I'm streaming. That's what I'm supposed to do, right? Sit here and talk about shit that no one actually, supposed to give advice or whatever. It's never good advice. Never take advice from a streamer ever, any of them, including me. But I don't know. Maybe it is good advice. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Do I do it like this? Nope. I just drained the butane. I did not put more in. I just drained it all over everything. I think if I light it on fire, it'll explode. I can hear it in there. I know there's shit in there. See? There's shit in there. Ay, ay, ay. Or did I just take that out of the lighter? No, stuff in there. Is there fucking directions on this? I'm feeling really stupid right now. Do not expose to heat. Do not smoke during the refueling process. Who would do that? Not me. I wasn't smoking. What are you talking about? That fucking thing just won't stay lit. I must be yapping too much. What are you looking at, Chini? It's like I always say. Sometimes you're the dog. Sometimes you're the fire hydrant. You know, I've been trying to grow these plants in my house, but there's just absolutely nowhere in my house that gets enough sunlight for it. Like, I could put it in the windows and shit, but I just don't have any, like, tables that are at the height of the windows. The windows are so high. They're like 4 feet above everything in my house. Where did this stale coffee in my microwave come from? Jesus. Jesus. That's old coffee. That's like police detective fucking in like an old fucking 60s detective show coffee. Am I thinking of the right era? Did they have fucking detective shows in the 60s? Maybe it's like a 70s thing. I don't know. They still have like detective shows, you know? This might be a hot take, but honestly, I think detective shows are just like adult Scooby-Doo. You know? Except sometimes, like, detective shows have, like, an overarching story throughout the detective show. But, like, let's be honest. They're just adult Scooby-Doo. You know? Every episode, there's, like, some mystery to solve. Oh my god, who killed Bill Jenkins? Or whatever. And then, of course, you know, they solve it every episode. They're like, oh, yeah. It was the chief of police. Or it was that nurse that claimed to have found him. She self-reported. You know? It's just adult Scooby-Doo. That's all it is. Let's be honest. But it sells. It's fucking great. I mean, I watch those shows sometimes. You know? I mean, at the end of the day, Lucifer is a great show, but it's just a fucking detective show. It's literally Hawaii Five-0, but with the devil. You know? That's just how it is. I'm gonna eat me some cereal, and I'm gonna drink me some coffee. Gotta keep my cigar going, though. That's my coffee. My coffee pot stopped keeping my coffee warm all of a sudden. So I gotta microwave it to keep it fucking hot. Hot, hot, hot. We got it. Hot, hot, hot. We got it. Holy fuck. Why is the cup hot? God damn. That shit is fucking toasty. Nah, dude, I'm not talking about like when a cup gets a little warm in the microwave too. No, dude. That shit was like as fucking hot as a pizza pan when it's coming out of the oven. Like, that shit was toasty. I had to grab it with a towel. And it's still burning me through the towel. I'm gonna have to wait for the fucking cup to cool down before I drink my coffee. Not even the fucking coffee. God damn, I think it might actually like burn me because I had to like grab it, you know, full on, you know? Get a good grip on it because it's heavy. Nah. That cup said, fuck off. And I didn't even grab like the cup. I grabbed the handle. I thought the handle would be fucking cool enough to grab for sure. Not so. I gotta get like a nose hair trimmer, dude. I look like I've been fucking snorting coke or something. I'm sitting here messing with my nose every 5 minutes. I swear I don't do drugs. Any of them. Except tobacco. I do smoke the tobacco. The not so wacky. Just normal tobacco. Cigars. Yeah. I do. I like cigars. I like cigars. I like pipe tobacco. Nothing else though. I don't chew anymore. I don't. I certainly don't do snuff. Although I guess that would explain me fucking on my nose. I don't smoke cigarettes. That shit's gross. Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Alright, I'm gonna eat my cereal. No one's in chat, so I'm not so worried about eating on stream because no one's listening to it. Although if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry. That's good. My fucking nose, dude. Like hair in my nose is like tilted back into the back of my nostrils, and it hurts. I need a nose hair trimmer or something like that. It's like cinnamon Chex. It's good. You know, I had a lot of calls that were supposed to come in today. What's the first? I gotta go in for an interview on Monday. Getting a job at Les Schwab. What a fucking job, huh? I don't expect it to last very long. I'm trying to go for another job in town. Although if I don't get that job, I'll be working at Les Schwab until, I don't know. Whatever pays the bills. That coffee's still hot. That's a dog. I hate dogs. No, I don't. I send them weird Snapchats, you know, where you just look at the camera like, make some weird face. Mm-mm-mm. Dude, for the longest time, that was like the sound of happiness to me. It's connected to so many childhood memories, the sound of spoons clinking in bowls when you're eating cereal. You know what's funny? I didn't fuck with the title of this stream at all. I don't know what it's called. I literally just started fucking streaming. I don't know what the fuck the name of this stream is. What is the name of this stream? Oh, yes. Podcast Night. The Late Night Stream. Episode 69. First of all, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret if you're watching this on YouTube. We've had about 13 episode 69s. They were supposed to all be like special episodes. I'm trying to think of something big for the 69th episode. Like the pack opening on Siege. Then I did a podcast with Theo. The problem is none of these went very well. So I never uploaded them to YouTube. So here you go. This one's gone pretty well, so I'm probably uploading this. This is the official Puddy Lover approved episode 69. That shit's good. What is a 6-minute clip? Consulate dubs. Recent broadcast. Podcast night. It was a 2-hour fucking podcast. Is it still on there? No. Have I been streaming for 2 fucking hours? That's crazy. Wow. What the fuck are we doing, guys? 2 hours stream. As if anyone has made it this far on YouTube. If you have, you okay? Something you want to talk about? Well, if there is. Oh, what's up, Gyro? Something you can talk about. And you're watching this on YouTube. Then, you know, join the next stream. We'll talk about it. Gyro says, joke's on you. I rewatched the full Doki Doki Literature Club stream series. That's because that was a bomb-ass series. It was bomb, dude. It was great. You got to listen to me fucking read a bunch of girls' voices and shit. It was horrible. And it was actually fucking entertaining. I've had a hard time finding anything entertaining to stream after that. I swear to fucking God, guys. This chick has run past my fucking house like 4 times. It's this little old lady just jogging up and down the street. I mean, you go, girl, but fuck. Like, why jog by 4 times? Why not just jog further down the road? It was a Fire Eye series. It was. I miss DDLC, dude. I wish I could play it again for the first time. How did you manage to get the stream working so well? I have no idea. It's just luck today. I'm enjoying it, though. That's why it's gone on for 2 hours without me realizing it. Because it's not pissing me off. I mean, shit. Do you guys remember the 6-hour streams? God, take me back. Gyro says, I love that little Ray plush you have hanging from your window. I didn't realize that was in the shot, but thank you. I love Ray plush, dude. Now I gotta take her down and show her off. Alright.
Ray plush. Dude. This thing fucking kills it. I love it. I was gonna like put her on my bike as like a little bike stuffy, but
I didn't want her to get dirty and all fucked up. Look at her. Look at how cute she is. Look at her. She's adorable. She's got like a little backpack. Look at that. It's like a separate piece too, like a little backpack. And a tag. It just says Evangelion. No, it's me me and my buddies just kept sending each other memes of the Ray plush. And we always talked about getting one, and then all of a sudden I can't remember who bought them. It was either Theo or me. It might have been my buddy Chatty. But yeah, we all have one. We all have a Ray plush, and yeah, she would have gotten destroyed, so I decided not to put her on the bike. Damn it, fucking cigar went out again. So that's Ray plush. And she just sits in my fucking front room. You know, it's funny because in my front room is just a fucking assortment of shit. You got like my Mitsubishi shrine over here. All these posters are just pictures of like Mitsubishi cars. And then this whole top shelf right here is all Mitsubishi cars. The bottom shelf is like weird shit. This shelf here, can't really, this one right there. That's all like signed books of Neil Schusterman. So that's like the Scythe series, all signed. Shelf below that, you can't really see it, but it's all dots and stuff. Right? So this is all like car stuff and whatever, and like country boy shit, and like cigar stuff and whatever. You got like a sign from Interstate 5 in Oregon. All this like, I don't know, nefarious shit, you know? Fucking lizards down here in this tank. And then just like random anime shit. Like Ray, Chainsaw Man, and Cowboy Bebop. There's a Cowboy Bebop poster up there with dots and stuff. And then like a bunch of cowboy hats over there, and like a My Chemical Romance poster, Pink Floyd posters in my kitchen. It's just like the fucking weirdest mix of shit I own. It's crazy. Hell yeah, my school library has a Scythe series. That's because the fucking Scythe series is badass. It is amazing. I'm gonna relight this cigar, and I'll show you guys some of those Scythe books, because I got the shit, okay? I don't want to brag, but like, it's kind of cool. Cigars taste like shit when you relight them. Alright. I'll get those books. Because it's cool. I want to show them to you guys. They're fucking minty. Oh, child. Things are gonna be easier. Oh, child. Things will be brighter. I don't get to show these off very often because all of my friends are stupid hillbillies that aren't interested in reading. No, I got some cool friends. Okay, these are fucking cool. You want to get a poster of the 10,000 Fists album? That's pretty solid, honestly. I think it's what, Disturbed? Yeah, Disturbed. Fucking cool. All right, dude. Scythe by Neil Schusterman. Look at the fucking pages, dude. Look at this, okay? Fucking cool, right? You open it up. First page has like Neil Schusterman approved art of Citra. Okay, that's cool. Take that off. It's got a quote. I don't want to fuck these up, dude. These are fucking expensive.
take off the dust cover. Okay, you got a quote from the book. I am legend, yet every day I wish I was not. Quote from Scythe Curie. Look at that. Look at that. That is so fucking cool. It's got the Scythe commandments on the back. Number 1, thou shalt kill. It's just, it's so cool. So cool. All right, I'm a little fucking nerd about it. All right, and then you open it up, the dust cover, and there's more art. Right, so it's a reversible dust cover. I could flip it inside out, and it would show that, which is so cool. I'm like a little nerd, dude. I love it so much. Okay, and then Thunderhead, the second book in the series. You got that. Yeah, pretty cool. You open it up. You got Scythe Faraday right there. Okay. Oh, by the way, the back also has another piece of art. This one, different color. Same thing. You got the scythes. Fucking cool. I'm going to say fucking cool a lot, but it is. It is. Yeah. You know? Like, these aren't just the signed copies. These are very expensive signed copies. Again, another quote. The longer we live, the quicker the days seem to pass. How troublesome that is when we live forever. Bro. Back, Scythe Commandments, front. Same thing as the dust cover, but it's like engraved. Well, not engraved. I don't know. Pretty. If you fucking get on this couch and you step on these books, Gina, I can't be held responsible for what I'll do to you. I'll probably skin you. All right. And the inside of this dust cover. I believe that's Scythe Lucifer. Yeah. It's pretty cool, guys. Come on. All right. Last book in the series, The Toll. And so the cool part is about all these spines is if you put them together, they make this image. So when they're on a bookshelf right next to each other, they make this image, the book spines. The book spines do. See? So I think that's pretty cool. Like even like without the dust covers, they do. So pretty fucking cool. Anyhow, this one, same thing. This one's a thick book. This one's a big book. Oh yeah. Front, we got another quote. Yesterday you were gods. Today you are mortal. Your death is my gift to you. Accept it with grace and humility. Fucking beautiful. That's a Scythe Goddard quote. There you go. And you got the Scythe Rand right there. A little spooky. You got this one is supposed to be Goddard, I believe. I don't like seeing like what the characters are supposed to look like personally because I have like my own like what they look like in here. But it's still cool to see. So yeah, I don't know. That's my collection of the Scythe books, dude. These cost like $300 fucking dollars, okay, at least if I remember correctly. Yeah, and then you got Neil Schusterman's little signature in there. Pretty. And then I noticed on the back of the book covers, don't scratch the book. You get like one scythe for the first book, and then the second and third you got 2 and 3, which is cool. I don't know. That's my little bragging for the day. That was one thing that ruined looking for Alaska for me. We read the books and watched the show in between chapters. And it was a little odd seeing the characters so soon after meeting them. Yeah, I agree. Looking for Alaska, dude, I could probably never watch the movie, honest to God. Because all of the characters in Looking for Alaska are people I know. And like that book is very close to me. you know? So, like, I don't think I could watch the movie and enjoy it. It'd probably ruin it for me. Oh, there's a little dent on the top of the dust cover. It's like right there. Oh no, it hurts to see. Look at that. Oh, you can't really tell. Yeah, you can right there. See it? No. No. So these are on display. They're not my reading copies. I will not be reading these books. You know them? No, I don't like actually know the characters, but like in my head when I read the book, I see them in my head as like people I know in real life, right? I have that problem when I read books. Like it's always someone I like know personally, which is funny because they like remind me of something, you know. They're like, oh, this person in this book reminds me of this person, so that's how I see them, you know. Which is always weird, you know, or like people I've seen in movies sometimes. God damn it! Did my cigar go out? Not quite. It was close. There is. Oh my goodness gracious! This dust cover's fucked up too. There is a Winston Churchill quote that we will have to look up in just a second about smoking cigars, and he compares it to like falling in love. It's really good. I'll have to look at it in just a second. All right, I'm gonna put these back. What the fuck? Okay. Whew. Yeah. We're gonna look up a Winston Churchill quote. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, fucking cigar shit. Is butane in there? Why the fuck isn't it lighting? All right. What does it taste like? I don't know, honestly. I probably could have told you a few minutes ago, but I'm trying to get it to burn correctly right now so that it will actually taste decently. Unfortunately, I'm lighting it with a fucking Bic right now. A Bic lighter. Not so fantastic, but whatever. Alright, I am going to look up a Winston Churchill quote real quick because I want to look it up. Tell you what, we'll do this. Boom. See how well it runs. I'm gonna get fucking copyright claim for this. I'll have to call them back because it is stream time. All right,
Hopefully there's no horrible things. Yeah, okay. I probably should have looked through like my search history before I like shared my screen on Twitch, but whatever. I don't. There's nothing on this computer I need to hide. I don't think. Besides in the images, because there's like pictures of my ID and shit in there. Winston Churchill. I'm typing with one hand. Don't judge me. About falling in love. That's a good one too. Smoking, yeah. Winston Churchill said, "Smoking cigars is like falling in love. First, you are attracted by its shape, you stay for its flavor, and you must remember never, never to let the flame go out." I love that quote so much. It is such a good quote. Where'd the Halo theme come from? That's my ringtone. It's my ringtone. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get copyrighted for that shit. I would hope I wouldn't get copyrighted for. No, that wouldn't make sense to get copyrighted for a game music soundtrack because people play games all the time. That's probably loud as shit. Dude, if anything so much as touches the table that microphone's on, it is so loud. What are you doing? Beautiful dog. Ow. You know, I was thinking, I've been reading like this creepy story online lately, and I thought about reading it on stream because it was really good, but I don't know. Would we be interested in Tristan reading time? Of course, Gyro's all for it. Gyro likes when I read. He thinks it is the most beautifulest thing in the whole wide world. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. It's called... I believe it is Borrasca. Yeah. Borrasca. It is so good. I've been reading it all day. I'm on like part 3 right now. Tell you what, we'll have a little bit of reading time. Into the darkness they go, the wise and the lovely Borrasca. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a good song. Good song. Fuck. It's a good little one, you know. I like reading in general. Yeah, me too. Alright, here's what we'll do. We're gonna, if it'll let me, I'm gonna do this, right? So that I can still see the chat. Yeah, I like this. So a friend of mine, Mr. Chatty Stalin, reached out to me and told me about this little story. It's pretty good. You guys will have to bear with me. I haven't read out loud in a while. I tell you what, man, I want to restart the stream to like make this its own stream. I think what I'm gonna do instead is just go back in Twitch and like cut this into its own video as like a clip and then upload it to YouTube separately. So let's just pretend. All right, we're starting over. All right, brand new video right here. Okay, gentlemen, ladies, children of all ages, maybe not all ages, but let's be honest, most people that are watching Twitch are probably children. No offense if you're not. Today we are going to be reading on stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, welcome, welcome. Um, Obviously, there's only one person watching this on stream right now, and he's the one that asked me to do this. So, to my moderator's request, we are going to be reading Baraska, or yeah, we'll pronounce it Baraska because I don't know how the hell it's really pronounced. It's a creepy story online. My buddy Chatty Stalin requested I read, and I have read all the way to part 3, and I am really enjoying it. So, bear with me as we learn to read aloud again. This isn't second grade. We don't do this every day. All right. Baraska, published April 12th, 2016. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it until now. By CK Walker 66 on the website ckwalker.com. All right, here we go. It's a long story, but one you've never heard before. This story is about a place that dwells on the mountain, a place where bad things happen. And you may think you know about the bad things. You may decide that you have it all figured out, but you don't. Because the truth is worse than monsters or men. At first, I was upset when they told me we were moving to some small town out in the Ozarks. I remember staring at my dinner plate while I listened to my sister throw a tantrum, unbefitting of a 14-year-old honor student. She cried, she pleaded, and then she cursed at my parents. She threw a bowl at my dad and told him it was all his fault. Mom told Whitney to calm down, but she stormed off, slamming every door in the house on the way to her room. I secretly blamed my dad as well. I had heard the whispers too. My dad had done something wrong, something bad, and the sheriff's department had resigned him to some little out-of-the-way country or county to save face. My parents didn't want me to know that, but I did. I was 9, so it didn't take me long to warm up to the new area and the idea of change. It was like an adventure. New house, new school, new friends. Whitney, of course, felt the opposite. Moving to a new school at her age is hard. Moving away from a new boyfriend, however, was even harder. While the rest of us packed up our things and said our goodbyes, Whitney sulked and cried and threatened to run away from home. But a month later, when we pulled into our new house in Drisking, Missouri, she was sitting right next to me, texting viciously on her phone. This time I'm not letting the cigar go out. Thankfully, we moved over the summer, and I had months of free time to explore the town. When Dad started his new job at the sheriff's office, Mom drove us around the city, commenting on this and that. The city was much, much smaller than St. Louis, but also a lot nicer. There were no quote-unquote bad areas, and the entire town looked like something you'd see on a postcard. Drisking was built in a mountain valley, surrounded by healthy forest land with walking trails and crystal clear lakes. I was 9. It was summer, and this was heaven. My webcam or stream is jittery as hell. Interesting. We'd only been living in Drisking a week or so when our next-door neighbors came to introduce themselves, Mr. and Mrs. Landy, and their 10-year-old son, Kyle. While our parents talked and drank mimosas, I watched the Landys' lengthy red-haired son hang out in the doorway, shyly eyeing the PS2 in the living room. Do you play? I asked. He shrugged. Not really. Do you wanna? I just got Tekken 4. Kyle glanced at his mom, who had just been handed her third mimosa. Yeah, sure. And that afternoon, with the ease and simplicity of our age, Kyle and I became best friends. We spent the cool summer mornings outside exploring the Ozarks, and the hot afternoons in my living room playing the PS2. He introduced me to the only other kid in the neighborhood our age, a skinny, quiet girl named Kimber DeStaro. She was shy but friendly and always up for anything. Kimber kept up with us so well that she quickly became our third wheel on our tricycle.
With my dad at work all the time, my mom consumed with her new friendships, and my sister locked in her room all day, the summer was ours to take. And take it we did. Kyle and Kimber showed me where all the best hiking trails were, which lakes were the best and most accessible by bike, and where the best stores were in town. By the time the first day of school rolled around in September, I knew I was home. On the last Saturday before school started, Kyle and Kimber told me that they were going to take me somewhere special, somewhere we hadn't been yet. The Triple Tree. What's a triple tree? I asked. It's totally awesome. Totally huge treehouse out in the woods, Kyle said excitedly. Whatever, Kyle. Come on, you guys. If there was a freaking treehouse, you would have showed me it already. Nuh-uh. We wouldn't have. Kyle shook his head. There's a ceremony for first-timers and everything. Kimber nodded eagerly in agreement, her dark orange curls bouncing off of her tiny shoulders. Yep, it's true, Sam. If you enter the treehouse without the proper ceremony, you'll disappear, and then you'll die. My face fell. Now I knew they were making fun of me. That's a lie. You guys are lying to me. No, we're not, Kimber insisted. Yeah, we'll show you. We just have to get a knife for the ceremony and we'll go. What? Why do you need a knife? Is it a blood ceremony? I whispered. No way, Kimber promised. You just have to you just have some words to carve. Oh my God. You just have to say some words and carve your name into the triple tree. Yep, it takes like 1 minute, Kyle agreed. And it's a really cool treehouse, I asked. Oh yeah, Kyle promised. Okay, I guess I'll do it then. Kyle insisted on using the same knife he used during his own ceremony, but we paid a price to get it. Mrs. Landy just happened to be home with her youngest son, Parker, and despite Kyle's many objections, his mother insisted that we take his 6-year-old brother with him. Mom, we're going to a treehouse. It's only for older kids. Parker can't go. I don't care if you're going to see the Exorcist movie marathon. You're taking your brother with you. I need a break, Kyle. Can't you understand that? And I'm sure your friends won't mind. She flashed Kimber and me a challenging look. Right? No, not at all, Kimber said, and I nodded in agreement. Kyle made a loud, dramatic sigh and called his brother. Parker, put your shoes on. We're leaving now. I had met the youngest Landy several times before and found that he was unlike his brother in looks as in fucking criminy Christmas. We're going to start over there. I'd met the youngest Landy several times before and found that he was unlike his brother in looks as in disposition. Where Kyle was wild, excitable fireball with hair to match, I found Parker to be an anxious, fidgety boy with small eyes and dark brown hair. We got on our bikes and made our way to the lesser-known hiking trail a few miles away. I'd asked before where the trail led when we'd ridden across it several weeks before, and Kyle had given me the underwhelming answer of nowhere interesting. We pulled up the trailhead and leaned our bikes against the wooden signpost which read West Rim Prescott Ore Trail. Why are so many trails around here named Prescott? I asked. Is this Prescott Mountain or something? Kimber laughed. No, dummy. It's because of the Prescotts. You know, the family that lives in the mansion up on the Fairmont. Mr. Prescott and his son, Jimmy, own like half the businesses in the town. I kind of fucked that up. More than half, Kyle agreed. Which ones? Does he own the GameStop? The only store in Drisking I really cared about. I don't know about that one. Kyle wound a lock around the 4 bikes and clicked the bar into place, then spun the numbers on the dial. But like the hardware store, the pharmacy, Glitton's on 2nd, and the newspaper. Did they start this town, I asked. No, mining started the town, I think. I want to go home. Parker had been so quiet, I'd completely forgotten that he was there. You can't go home, Kyle rolled his eyes. Mom said I had to bring you. Now come on, it's only like a 2-mile walk. I want to take my bike, Parker answered. Too bad, we're going off trail. I don't want to go, I'll stay with the bikes. Don't be such a wussy. I'm not. Kyle, be nice, Kimber hissed. He's only 5. I'm 6, Parker objected. I'm sorry, 6. You're 6, Kimber smiled at him. All right, fine. He can hold your hand if he wants. But he's coming. Kyle turned and started up the trail. Parker's face fell into an undignified frown, but when the charming Kimber stuck her hand out and wiggled her fingers, he took it. Kyle was right. It wasn't a long walk. Only a half-mile down the trail and then another half-mile hike on a well-tread path up the mountain. It was a steep climb, though, and by the time we got to the treehouse, I was winded. What do you think? Kyle asked excitedly. I studied the tree as I caught my breath. It's pretty awesome, I smiled. And it was. They hadn't lied. The treehouse was the biggest I'd ever seen. It had multiple rooms, and there were actual curtains on the windows. A sign above the door read, Ambercott Fort, and a rope ladder hung below the threshold, missing several planks. I'm going up first, yelled Parker, but Kimber caught his arm. You have to do the ceremony first, or you'll disappear, she reminded him. That'd be fine with me, Kyle grumbled. I was eager to get into the fort myself. Give me the knife, I held out my hand. Kyle smiled and dug the switchblade out of his pocket. There's some space in the back to carve your name. I opened the knife, walked around the tree looking for an empty spot. There were so many names on the tree that I had to crunch down and look near the bottom since I couldn't reach any higher. I spotted both Kyle and Kimber's carvings on the tree and finally found a spot that I liked near the ladder. I bit my tongue and carved Sam W. into a blank piece of bark underneath someone named Paul S. Parker went next, but had so much trouble with the knife that Kyle had to do it for him. All right, let's go. I ran over the rope ladder. Wait, Kyle yelled. You have to say the words first. Oh, yeah. Okay, what are they? Kimber sang them out. Underneath the triple tree there is a man who waits for me. And should I go or should I stay? My fate's the same either way. That's creepy, I said. What does it mean? Kimber shrugged. No one knows anymore. It's just tradition. Okay, can you say it one more time, slower? Once Parker and I had recited the poem, we were ready to go. I climbed the rope ladder first and took stock of my new surroundings. The treehouse was more or less empty, just a dirty rug here and there and some trash, old soda cans, beer cans, and fast food wrappers. I went room to room, 4 in total, and found nothing of real interest until the last one. An old mattress lay in the corner, and piles of musty, ripped clothing scattered the floor. Did a hobo live here, I asked. Nah, this room has been like this for as long as I can remember, Kyle said from the doorway behind me. My fucking cigar went out, and I just fucking hit it. Jesus Christ. It smells gross, I said. Kimber walked up to the threshold, but refused to go any further. It's not the smell that freaks me out, it's that. She pointed up to the ceiling, and I raised my eyes to read what was written there. Road to the gates of hell, mile marker 1. What does it mean, I asked. It's just older kids being dicks, Kyle said. Come on, I'll show you the best part of the treehouse. We walked back into the first room, and Parker looked up at us and smiled, pointing down at what he'd clumsily carved into the wooden floor. Fart, Kyle read. That's hilarious, Parker. He rolled his eyes, but his little brother didn't pick up on the sarcasm and smiled proudly. Kimber sat down on the floor next to Parker, and I sat on his other side. Kyle took the knife from his brother and then walked across the room and wedged the blade in between 2 planks of the wooden wall. He pushed, and the board gave, opening a small, secret compartment in the wall. Kyle took something out and pushed the plank back until it was flush with the others. Check it out. He turned around and proudly held up 2 cans of Miller Lite beer. Whoa, I said. Ew, warm beer? That's gross. How did you even know it was there? Kimber asked. Phil Saunders told me. Are we going to drink it? I asked. Hell yeah, we're going to drink it. Kyle came and sat in our circle, popped open the first beer, and offered it to Kimber. She eyed it like he was trying to hand her a dirty diaper. Come on, Kimmy. Don't call me that, she yelled at him, and then reluctantly took the open beer. She smelled it and made a face, then pinched her nose and took a small swig. Kimber shuddered. That was even grosser than I imagined. I don't want any. I'll tell Mom, Parker said quickly as the beer was passed in front of him. Good, 'cause you ain't getting any, Kyle promised. And you won't tell Mom shit. I put on my best poker face and took a long, deep swallow of the warm beer before I even had a chance to smell it. It was a poor decision, and when I retched, a foul yellow liquid went all over my shirt. Oh man, now I'm going to smell like beer. We spent the next hour and a half drinking 2 cans of Miller Lite, and after a while, the taste grew more tolerable. I couldn't tell if I was becoming a man or actually getting drunk. I hoped it was the former. When the last drop of beer was consumed, we spent 20 minutes trying to determine if we were drunk. Kyle assured us that he was wasted, but Kimber wasn't sure. I didn't think I was, but I failed all of our drunk tests. Kimber was in the middle of reciting the alphabet backwards when a loud metallic grinding suddenly pierced the calm mountain air like a gunshot. Kimber stopped talking, and we spent a few minutes staring at each other, waiting for the noise to end. Parker curled into Kimber and put his hands over his ears. After what seemed like a whole 10 minutes, the sound ended as suddenly as it had began. What was that? I asked, and Parker mumbled something into Kimber's sweatshirt. Do you guys know? I tried again. Kimber stared at her feet as she crossed and uncrossed them. Well? It's nothing, Kyle answered finally. We hear it sometimes in town. It's not a big deal. It's just louder up here. But what's making that sound? Baraska, Kimber whispered, without taking her eyes off her feet. Who's that? I asked. Not who. Where? Kyle answered. It's a place. Another town? No, it's just a place in the woods. Oh. Bad things happen there, Kimber said to herself more than to me. Like what? Bad things, Kimber repeated. Yeah, don't ever try to find it, dude, Kyle said behind me. Or bad things will happen to you, too. But, like, what bad things? I turned around. Kyle shrugged, and Kimber stood up and walked over to the rope ladder. We'd better go. I have to get home to my mom, she said. We climbed down the ladder one by one, and then started to walk back to the trailhead in an unfamiliar silence. I was dying of curiosity about Baraska, but couldn't decide if and what to ask about it. So, who lives there? Where? Kyle asked. Baraska. The skinned men, Parker answered. Kyle laughed. Only babies believe in that. Like men who are skinned? Like their skin is gone? I asked excitedly. Yeah, that's what some kids say. Most of us stopped believing in that, though, when we turned double digits, Kyle said. I looked back at Kimber, who was still 9, like me, but she was staring down at the trail, ignoring us. That seemed to be the end of the conversation, and by the time we reached our bikes, the awkwardness was gone, and we were giggling and trying to decide if we were too drunk to bike home. School started 2 days later, and I'd completely forgotten about Baraska when my dad pulled up to the curb to drop me off that morning. He locked the doors before I could get out. I'm going to assume Baraska is where you go if you get into the treehouse without the ritual. Yeah, that would not be a horrible assumption, Gyro. I am not sure what the answer is, but I am inclined to agree with you. It is a very interesting story so far. Fucking A. This light is pissing me off. Ooh. I fixed it. Yeah, it's a good story. All right. Not so fast, he laughed. As your father, I get the privilege of giving you a hug and telling you to have a good first day of school. But, Dad, I gotta go meet Kyle by the flag before first bell. And you will. But give me that hug first. In a few years, you'll be driving yourself to school. Let me be your dad while I still can. Fine, I said, exacerbated, and leaned over to give my dad a quick hug. Thank you. Now go meet your friend. Your mom will be waiting here to pick you up at 3:40. I know, Dad. Why can't I just take the bus like Whitney? When you're 12, you can take the bus. He smiled and unlocked the doors. Until then, I get to drop you off in the mornings. If you think it'd make you look cooler, you can ride in the back seat behind the cage. Dad, just don't. I threw open the door of his cruiser before he could say anything more and ran as he laughed behind me. You know, the funny part about that is my dad used to give me rides to school and from school in his cop car every once in a while. And it was the same shit, man. It was me and my little brother, so we would argue all the time over who got to sit in the front seat because whoever sat in the back seat was sitting in a plastic chair, like where the fucking criminals sit when they get arrested, dude. And I tell you what, there is no seat more uncomfortable than those fucking seats, man. Oh my gosh. Like, it genuinely makes me feel for people who get arrested because it's uncomfortable as shit. But it's so much worse up in Alaska because, like, sometimes if you get arrested out in Alaska in, like, the bum nowhere, it could be like a 3-hour drive to the jail. So you're just sitting in that fucking seat, handcuffed, for like 3 hours. That is rough. Anyway, Kyle was already waiting for me at the flagpole, and he found Kimber too. Dude, you almost missed the bell, he yelled when he saw me. I know, sorry. Whose class are you in? Kimber asked. She was wearing a red sweater and leggings with frogs on them. Her curly orange hair was brushed into ringlets, and her lips were pink and shiny. She'd never looked prettier, and I was surprised to realize I'd never really seen Kimber as a girl. Mr. Diamonds? Me too, she said cheerfully. Lucky, Kyle scoffed. I'm in Miss Taverty's. Only 2 fourth-grade teachers, and I get the shitty one. Kimber grimaced. Yeah, my mom had her when she was a kid. What's wrong with her? What did she say? Just that she's strict and gives out homework on the weekends. On the weekends? Fuck. Excuse me, Mr. Landy? I immediately recognized the tall man that had suddenly appeared behind the white-faced Kyle. Sorry, sir. I meant dang. Kimber giggled. I'm sure you did, he nodded. Hi, Sheriff Cleary. Even though I'd only met him a few times, I liked my dad's boss and he liked me. Well, hello, Sammy. Are you excited for your first day? Sheriff Cleary crossed his arms in front of him and widened his stance imposingly, but gave me a wide smile. Yes, sir, I said, and then added lamely, What are you doing here? I'm giving a presentation to the 5th and 6th grades about safety when walking home from school. Yeah, he gives it every year, Kyle muttered. Cool, I smiled. Sheriff Cleary nodded to me, and then turned and walked away. I looked around confused. Where's Kimber? She took off. She's annoyingly on time to everything. And as if to illustrate his point, the bell rang. We both ran upstairs and inside. I walked into class and saw that Kimber had saved me a spot next to her in the back. Mr. Diamond, a short, round man of 40 or so, nodded at me when I came in. Mr. Walker, I presume? Yeah, that's me. I mumbled as I rushed past him to the desk next to Kimber. Welcome to Drisking Elementary, and for the rest of you, welcome back. Go Grizzlies. The class echoed a reluctant and subdued, Go Grizzlies. Kimber introduced me to the other kids in the class throughout the morning. Most of them were nice, if sort of underwhelmed by me. They said their hellos and asked where I was from, and the conversations usually ended with an impressed, okay. Unimpressed, okay. A group of girls who sat near the front. Snooks looks at me all morning. I asked Kimber who they were, and she just shrugged. During our second break, they came up and talked to me. Are you friends with Kimber Destaro? A tall, dark-haired girl asked me. Yeah, I answered and looked over at Kimber. She was watching me with worried eyes. Are you related to her? No. I didn't think so, because you don't have orange hair. I didn't know what to say to that. You don't have to be friends with her, said the second girl with an oddly round face. I want to be friends with her. A third girl behind the other two, snorted. She had pretty auburn hair and a rude, upturned nose. Well, if you do, you're going to be in the ugly kid group, the first girl warned. And once you're in that group, you can't leave it, ever. Better than the bitch group, I said. Rude nose and round face gasped, but dark hair smiled. We'll see, she said, and the three returned to the corner of their room. I sat back down next to Kimber, feeling like a badass. It was the first time I'd ever used a swear word in front of anybody other than Kyle. What did they say to you? Kimber asked nervously. They said you're too pretty to be near them and that you make them look gross, so we have to stay away from them. Liar, Kimber answered, but I could tell she was smiling. We met Kyle in the cafeteria at lunch, and he had nothing but bad things to say about his morning. Miss Tavardi was old and mean, and she made everyone come up and say something about themselves, even though the class only had 14 kids and they all knew each other. When the bell rang for recess, I went to throw my lunch away with Kyle and bumped into a kid I hadn't seen before. Hey, are you Sam Walker? The kid asked. Yeah. Oh, your sister is dating my brother. Oh man, Kyle laughed. Your sister is dating a Whittaker? Shut up, Kyle, the kid grumbled. She's gonna be a Whitney Whittaker. As funny as it was, I couldn't help but be a little surprised. Not that I'd been paying any attention, but I'd only seen Whitney out of her room once over the summer. Where did she meet him? I asked the Whittaker kid. I don't know. Probably at his job. His job where? Oh, he works at Drisking Water. I feel like these characters would be better if they were a bit older. Well, have patience, Gyro. We're just starting out. They're young right now. I will say this about the story. The author is inexperienced. You can tell. He's not very good, in my opinion, at like setting the scene. Like characters will come in and out of the scene without you realizing it. Like he's not very descriptive. But he's just descriptive enough that I feel like I'm 9 again, living out this story, right? Like it reminds me of when I was a young kid, like running through the woods and hanging out with friends and cussing when you're not supposed to be around adults and shit, you know? But there is definitely something missing from it, Which is fair. I mean, this is probably like some of this guy's early work, considering it's an internet short story and not like a book. What the hell is that noise? Oh, the neighbors are outside playing with their chickens. Anyhow, back to it. It didn't make any sense to me, but I shrugged it off. I did remember my mom giving Whitney some menial tasks like getting the car washed and setting up some utilities to get her out of the house. But maybe she met him once and they started dating over text. Teenagers were weird. The rest of the school week followed much like the first. We were well into the first month when I heard someone mention the skinned men again. We were out on the playground, and Kyle and I were trying to start a fire with 2 large wood chips. I'd just given myself a splinter when the distant sound of metal grinding on metal flooded over the playground, silencing every one of us. Baraska, I said in awe. Yep, said Phil Saunders. The skinned men kill again. Hey, Kyle. Kyle said only babies believe in skinned men. I threw an accusatory look at Kyle. They do. Phil is just stupid. Am not. Ask Daniela. She's seen them. Phil scanned the playground and then yelled at a blonde girl talking to Rude Nose. Hey, Daniela, come here. The blonde girl rolled her eyes, but came skipping over anyway. What do you want? I told you Kayla doesn't like you, Philip. No, tell them about the skinned men. Phil gestured to the air around us, which was filled with a metallic scraping coming down from the mountain. You tell them. No, you saw them, so you tell them. I didn't see them. Paige saw them. Oh, Phil said, and an uncomfortable silence descended. You guys are weird, Daniel said before flipping her hair in our faces and leaving. Who's Paige? I asked when she'd gone. Her sister, Phil said. Paige disappeared when we were like 5, Kyle said. After she saw the skinned men, Phil added. The sounds from the mountain abruptly ended, and subdued atmosphere of the playground disappeared with it. When the bell rang, Kyle lined up with his class line, and since Phil was in my class, I made sure I was behind him. The teachers began to count us off. Jaro says, I guess it's a bit different between person to person then, because growing up in Canada, my friends and I didn't really have a lot of woods or anything to run around in until like now. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like growing up in like a rural area as a kid, this story like reminds me of that a lot. And I mean, my dad was a fucking cop, so I guess I have that to relate to as well. But no, it is different. It's different growing up in like the city as a kid as compared to like the woods as a kid. It's a very, very different lifestyle. Hey, what else do you know about Baraska? I whispered to Phil. My brother said that's where people go when they disappear. To Baraska. What happens to them there? Bad things, he said. And then he shushed me when I asked him what he meant. The year dragged on, and it wasn't until Christmas break that I heard the machine at Baraska again. It was December, and there was a thick blanket of snow on the ground which only served to amplify the noise from the mountain. I sat in my room, listening to it for a few minutes, trying to decide what was happening in the place that bad things happen. I saw my dad's cruiser pull up out the window and went down the stairs to greet him. As I passed my sister's door, I heard her giggling in that annoying teenage girl way, and I cringed. I hoped Kimber never got like that. Dad! I skidded on the landing just as he opened the door. My dad stomped the snow off his boots and threw up his arms. Sammy! How many years has it been? He joked. It was true, I hadn't seen much of my dad lately since he was working so much. Doing what, I didn't know, since this was the quietest, lamest town ever. Mom thought the sheriff was grooming my dad for his job, since Cleary was so old and Dad never really agreed or disagreed with her. He'd only been in the department for 7 months, after all, and he doubted people in the county would vote for him. Hey, Dad, did you hear that? That, like, machine-sounding noise? Yep, I hear it in town every now and then. Do you know what it is? I asked the sheriff about it, and he told me the noise comes from our private property up in the Ozarks. Is the property called Baraska? I asked quickly. I have no idea. Baraska? Where'd you hear that? I shrugged. Kids at my school. Well, it's nothing to worry about, Sammy. Probably just some logging equipment. But is the place called Baraska? Like, have you heard that name before? No, I haven't heard that name before. Dad pulled his boots off and shrugged off his coat. Looking toward the kitchen, I could tell I was losing him. Have you ever heard of the skinned men? I asked quickly. Skinned men? Good God, Sam, is your sister telling you these stories? No. But he wasn't listening to me anymore. Whitney! He yelled up the stairs. No, Dad, Whitney doesn't even talk to me, I repeated. I heard a door creak open upstairs, and Whitney peered over the railing, phone in hand, and an annoyed look on her face. Are you trying to scare your brother? Dad demanded. Dad, no, I said again. Whitney shot me a betrayed look. Ugh, seriously? As if I'd waste my time. You aren't telling him stories about skinned men? No, Dad, I told you I heard it in school, I said. Whitney gestured to me as if to say, see? All right, well, you kids need to start getting along. Your family, for Christ's sake. Whitney rolled her eyes, and when Dad walked into the kitchen, she stuck her tongue out at me. Real mature, Whitney, I yelled up at her, but she was already gone. I'll tell Dad about your boyfriend. Christmas came and went with surprising smoothness at our house. Whitney and I got everything we'd had on our lists, which was a first for us. The town may be smaller, but Dad's paychecks were clearly better. I wore my new Rams parka on the first day back to school after Christmas break. Kyle fawned over it, and Kimber showed off a blue pearl necklace her mom had gotten her for Christmas. Kyle and I feigned interest, but did poorly. Kimber knew, but just seemed happy we cared enough to fake it. As we said goodbye to Kyle for the morning, Kimber was suddenly slammed from the side. Kyle caught her before she fell, and I spun around angrily to see a dark-haired girl, whose name I'd learned was Phoebe Dranger, laughing and walking away from us with the round-faced girl. You're bad people who make poor life decisions, Kyle yelled at them. When I'm your boss someday, I'll make you clean bathrooms. Yeah, and if Kyle's your boss, you know you messed up, I added. Kyle and I high-fived each other and turned to Kimber, but she wasn't sharing in our victory. A fucking semi-truck in the neighbor's driveway right now. Kyle and I high-fived and turned to Kimber, but she wasn't sharing in our victory. She was clearly trying to hide the tears on her face. Don't sweat those girls, Kimber. Nobody likes them. People are just nice to them because they're related to the Prescotts. Kyle tried to give her an awkward pat on the back, but Kimber turned away from him and ran in the opposite direction. Yeah, Tristan saw the skinned men outside. No, I saw a semi-truck in my neighbor's driveway. What the fuck? I hate those girls. Like, I really hate them, I said. I know, they're bitches, Kyle answered, mouthing the last word as he looked over his shoulder for any lurking adults. Well, I'd better get to class and make sure they don't try to talk to her again. There's an assembly this morning. No class until after lunch. Seriously? That's awesome. Do we have to, sit by class? Not usually, but we better get there quick so that we can get seats in the back, Kyle said as we started walking. What's the assembly for, I asked. It's either DARE or the Historical Society presentation. What's DARE? You know, DARE, as in don't you dare do drugs, you'll be grounded until you're dead. Oh, I hope it's the history thing then. Oh, God, I don't know how much more I can read. Fuck, what is this goddamn stream? 3 hours long already? I blame Gyro. What is this semi-truck doing in my neighbor's draw? It's a tree service. There's a whole ass truck over there. They got a log chipper on the back and everything. But here's the thing, guys. I live in the fucking desert. There's no trees over there. My neighbor doesn't have any fucking trees. They dropped off the log chipper and left. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I know what I'm doing, though. I'm going to the bathroom real quick. It's 2 hours and 46 minutes. Yeah, Gyro, that means it's been 3 hours. I'll be back.
What are you doing?
What you doing, big dog? Big chubby dog. Oh, I don't need to continue reading if I don't want to. Oh, fuck. It's so nice of you, Jaro. I do need to check my phone. I've been texted and called. Might be my grandpa. 8 a.m. next Thursday. It starts at 8 a.m. Dress presentable during our birthday. Shit. Dude, some motherfucker just added me as a friend on Venmo? What? Do I even have Venmo on my phone anymore? Why? Who? I don't even have Venmo. Why did someone just add me on Venmo? Is my Venmo on my Twitch? I don't think so. I think my Cash App's on Twitch. Yeah, on Venmo. Like, the fucking money service? You don't know what Venmo is? Do they not have that in Canada? It's like Cash App. I don't know. People can send you money. I think my Cash App is actually on Twitch, but you have to like ask. Yeah, there's a command for my Cash App, because if you want to donate, which no one ever will, but if you did for some odd reason, it's not exclamation point, it's like, no, it is. Yeah, you can donate on Cash App. You can donate on Cash App, but like, I never ask people to, because that's horrible. Fuck you then. Yeah, I'm wondering why someone added me on it. The fuck? That's why I'm logging in real quick. I don't even know what my fucking Venmo is. I haven't used Venmo in so long. But I got an email saying that someone added me as a friend on Venmo. Which is so weird. Oh man, I gotta confirm my identity through my fucking... Enter the account number of... Damn it. They're like, oh, we'll send a message to your fucking... Twitch has built-in donation system if I was a partner, but I'm not. So that's why that's there. I gotta get my fucking Bank of America account number. What do you mean there's no connection? Bitch, I'm on Wi-Fi. Because it was like, oh, in order to in order to sign in, we'll send a code to your number, but that's like not my number anymore. Account number. I'll look up my fucking account number. Jesus fucking Christ, that thing's long. It's longer than a phone number. I gotta remember this device. Oh my god. I'm just trying to sign into my shit. Fuck off. You know what I like about Venmo? It's so weird. I can like go through my homepage on Venmo and see every one of my friends' like transactions. Like, why? What business is that of mine? Someone named Davidson Lee added me on fucking Venmo. Why? Who the fuck is this? Why did I just get an email about it? When did this happen? Probably a scammer. I don't know. It's weird. Davidson Lee is now your friend on Venmo. From San Jose, California. Yeah, maybe it is a scammer or something. I don't know. That's so weird. Huh. Just hoping I send him money. I just send him $1. Like, here you go. Send him 50 cents. Don't add me on fucking Venmo unless you're gonna fucking send me money. You understand? That goes out to all my fucking homies. No, that's weird. Anyhow. Yeah, that is odd. Very odd. Very odd. I'm gonna keep this off the table so it doesn't vibrate like that again. Ah, who called me? It's a Colorado number. That is such an annoying ringtone, isn't it? Yeah, it's my grandpa. I'm gonna have to call him after the stream. A cent short of $1. I'll send him 69 cents. My signature. Well, gents, I think I'm gonna leave it here on Baraska. Last thing we read was going to the history assembly. Yeah, there's quite a bit left in part 1. I was gonna read all the way through part 1, and then I was like, fuck that, dude, that's crazy. It's long. But anyhow, I think you guys should really read this. Baraska on ckwalker.com. Fucking fantastic. There's audio adaptions, so if you want to listen to it, you can listen to someone else. There's more stories. There's Baraska, all the way 1 through 5, Blue Ridge, Betsy the Doll. Maybe we'll go through you and just read a bunch of this guy's stuff someday, you know? Could be cool. Room 733 sounds cool. Tall Man. Who killed Sarah Cooper? What's going on in Pinal County, Arizona? I mean, I'm down. These are some cool things. I like them, you know? I don't know who this guy is. I just heard about him, like, today, but I like his stuff so far. Yeah, I like that quote. Into the darkness they go, the wise and the lovely. Ooh. You know, I did want to turn this into, like, a reading channel for a while there, but the problem I've run into is, like, reading actual books and shit. You get fucking copyright strikes for that shit, which is just fucking crazy. Like, what? What? You get copyright strikes for reading a book? Like, come on, guys. The way I see it, like, that's opening up so many more people to you as an author and your books. Because there's a lot of people that just don't want to read a fucking book. They just want to listen to a book being read. And they're not, you know, they're not willing to shill out enough money for, like, Audible or some bullshit like that. They just want to, like, you know, but when they get to know you and they want to read some of your other books, be like, oh, fuck, I listened to some guy read it on YouTube. Well, now I'm just going to go and buy this guy's books or fucking, you know. Like, I own 4 fucking different copies of the Scythe series, okay? I got the signed editions. I got the ultra signed editions, the normal editions that I just read. Like, I only need 1 copy, but I have a bunch of them because if you end up liking an author or a book series, chances are you're going to buy the books even if you've already heard them or read them or whatever, you know? I mean, look at some of the best books and some of the most popular books out there. You can find them for free on YouTube, and they don't get copyright strike because they're fucking, you know, like, the more publicity your book gets, the better. Like, 1987, dude. Or, is it 1987? Yeah, it's 87. Yeah. I don't know. Fucking the George Orwell's book. You could fucking read 7. You could listen to 7 different people read that book to you in the first few results of YouTube, because everyone's fucking read them. I mean, I don't understand that. But, anyways, I'm pretty sure I'm okay reading Baraska. I don't think I'm gonna get copyright strikes for that. That would really suck if I did. Mr. Walker, I'd appreciate if you didn't copyright strike me for exposing your book that's literally free online to more people. Hey. But anyhow, I think I'm going to end the stream. It's 3 o'clock here. I still got shit I got to do today. I might be hopping on games later if anyone wants to play that. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. If you're watching this on Twitch, that's you, Gyro. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. If you did stop by on Twitch, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. And I think we'll have to see you guys in the next stream. Thank you so much for watching, like I say. Oh, look at that. Look at that pretty face. Not so pretty face. Yeah. Well, it's been a good stream. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Take it easy. Apologies for catching it late. Nah, dude, Jar, you're good. You're good. Yeah. Like I said, go read that fucking story, you know, and maybe I'll continue through the whole series and read a bunch of his other stories and shit too. So we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Take it easy. Peace.